Hello, hello, and welcome along to Criminal Intent. So, last episode, you had broken out of prison and were on the road again, having just had your gold stolen by some very mean bandits called the Throats.
Through the day.
Where did we go and what did we do? That's not true at all, is it? Last episode, you were, fleeing the town or the little village quite slowly.
Big nasty horses.
The little village of Bellis, and heading west. With your new horses, yes, exactly that. And where do we go? What do we do?
Well, we almost made it to Elk.
Yeah.
But our horses that somebody stole the wrong one.
They got a little tired because they're not properly equipped. So we had to take a rest. And chatted a bit, got to know each other a little, agreed to stick together.
On that note, I would like to... Oh, hold on, Pat. Can I hold you there? I want to do a real challenging quiz for you. So, Mikayla, I will ask you, why was DB in prison?
She was like selling timeshares at the party or something. At the same party, Ambrosia was arrested.
Okay.
Yes.
Whoa, careful. Rico, why was Ambrosia in prison?
She was at the party that DB was at, and she was there disguised as a noble person who was supposed to be out of town, but then they ended up showing up.
Indeed.
Spider-Man pointing meme, exactly.
Yep. Josh, why was Gnob in prison?
Yeah, I was really hoping for the Ambrosia one. Why was Gnob in prison? I think... God. So
pretty simple. It's pretty simple.
I think he was just like... His rest of his team died, right? Or he was betrayed or something.
They left him for dead. Yeah, they left him to take the fall for a failed job, and I don't think Gnob went into any more detail than that.
No, he was vague. Job went
vague.
bad.
Did I? I think I may have mentioned that I was there to steal something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Cool. And Pat, why was Cornelius in prison? Fairly easy, this one.
Necromancy shit, for sure. Although I think we learned that 2 sessions ago, so I don't remember the exact... something about his friend was dead, and necromancy.
Oh, we did learn about his friend who was dead and helped him again. But more specifically, in this situation, he was found in a graveyard raising a corpse. Yeah.
That'll happen.
And he tried to pass it off. He tried to pass it off. The corpse was already there and alive when he got there.
No. So what had happened is that I was there with my undead ex-friend, Joey. Wow. And I was digging up a body, and when the guards came, I was like, "Help! This undead is attacking me!" And so they arrested me because they were waiting for a wizard to come determine whether I had raised the undead or if the undead was there anyways. So I'm technically still innocent.
Oh, you were until you animated a corpse inside the prison in front of a bunch of guards.
They weren't alive to report that.
Yeah, I'm innocent too. I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
No, nobody did nothing. And so onwards from there, you had a little chat at the campfire, and then what?
We went to bed peacefully.
Well, we decided that Cornelius's skeleton man was going to guard us while we slept.
Which required a lot of non-metagaming from all 4 of you, knowing it lasted an hour.
I was on watch during that time too.
Yeah.
Cornelius sounded so confident that I was like, okay.
He did sound confident. Yep.
But we awoke to a knife at Knob's throat and a crew of mercenaries there to end our lives, or at least his life.
Yeah.
And
specifically, why were they there to kill Gnob?
To tie up loose ends.
Mm-hmm. On behalf of
Othric.
Othric, yes, there you go. Just trying to remind people of the names and threads. And you just about finished with that fight when...
The guards came and they were like, "We're here to arrest you two. Also, look, they've been killing more people."
Who were the guards after specifically?
me and Pat, right?
Everybody but Ambrosia.
No, they weren't after Gnob either.
Actually, Gnob
They
was
were
not
after
on the,
I thought he
DB,
was.
Cornelius, and one other person, but it wasn't Gnob.
Oh,
Oh,
Ganache.
Ganache.
It
Ganache.
was Ganache, indeed.
Ganache.
Let me update my bounty
King.
notes. then.
Yes. And so Cornelius was like, I'm not going back to prison, you cunts. And so we killed them too. In fewer words, but that's the message she was getting
Yep.
across.
So you beat up both groups of those. Yeah, I think that was the sentence. I'm hoping at some point you might change your tune on that. Because I don't want to have to end the campaign if you get lost or caught.
I'll just break out again.
Exactly. Yes. Let them take you alive and then break out. And then after that, we got on the road again. And what do we do?
We finally
made it
made
to
it.
all-
You made it to Albeck.
Yep.
Alback, by the way.
Alback.
Ah.
Alback.
Yeah.
With an A or a C?
Alback with an A.
Ah.
Okay.
And then we all racked our brains thinking of what we knew about the city of Alback.
Yes, that's right.
It's because it's meant to be the outer back in my head. So that's why I think of it as
the
Alback.
Outback.
Yeah.
Yeah, Albeck.
Yeah, exactly.
We learned like who leads this town,
Yeah, you got some information. You knew some
Marquise.
information.
and his
Mm.
wife has some nice jewelry. We were thinking about these things while we were in the. Oh well, actually,
We spent
we were
way too long trying to
summoned.
sell a horse, or not
Yeah.
sell a horse, or shoe a horse.
Yeah. So we did.
Oh, yeah.
What was the
decided
final
that-
outcome of hoarseness?
I don't remember after all of that.
Well, so basically, we decided. Gnob decided first order of business was to fix his horse's shoes so that he could be of use to him, and only needed one pair. Agreed to pay for one pair, and then the guy went out and saw the poor condition of these beautiful draft horses, and he was just like, "Oh, Mister, I'll do it for 11."
This won't stand, he said.
And
They both got new shoes.
Gnob relented, so they both got new shoes.
Yeah, so you've now got 2 draft horses, 1 riding horse, and a donkey.
Yay!
Fred.
Um, Yeah, and then you had some food at where?
Hungry halfling.
What's interesting about the hungry halfling?
Lots of stuff.
They
It's very
serve
bougie.
swan.
The gap is pushy.
It's very bougie.
Mm-hmm.
They
And
offered. Oh, so we met a guy, and he offered us like these meal ticket deals, 2 for 1.
Yeah, we got a good
You-
deal.
We sort of conned him out of 4 of them.
And we were approached by a shady character named Rich.
James, a draft horse was the only kind of horse that was available on the spreadsheet.
Change it to a riding horse because everything I've said in this session from day 1 until now has implied it's a riding horse. I even talked in depth about its noble bloodlines.
You got
Last
Yeah,
episode. You got a free
Yeah.
upgrade based on the DM's
Oh, riding
mistakes.
horse.
Looking down at us from the
Oh.
same horse.
Yeah, definitely a riding horse. I've made a mistake there. What was can anybody remember the motto of the Hungry Halfling?
Oh boy. Great food and great quality. Great care. One of those. Is that close?
No.
This may not have
Fair
been something.
price.
Yes, close. Something fair.
Oh,
great.
that's right.
Yeah. You know.
This
For
may
great-
be worth adding to your notes. Great fare for fair prices.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say that
Yes.
everyone you have spoken to in the town has said that exact phrase.
Why are they
Great
upset?
fare for fair
Well, I've only
prices.
talked to 2 people at 2 different places.
Well, you
So I
talked to the
figured they just had
salesman
it
and the bar
in the
guy.
stable, in the stable guy.
And
Yeah.
the stable guy said it. Yeah, exactly. Who said you had a good deal. So, but and the guard said it when you came in. No,
went
he
through-
didn't.
no, he
You
didn't.
slipped
We
through a
didn't go.
side
We
door
went through-
and speak to the
yes.
guard. But the guard would have said it if you had spoken to him. Definitely that. Or just really good. You also saw a sign that was lopsided that said "Great food for fair, great fare for fair prices." Cool. So you had me at the Hungry Halfling, and who rudely interrupted you?
Rich.
Rich who makes you rich.
Rich.
Some shady guy,
Richie.
scruffy looking guy came up to us
Mm-hmm.
offering a job stealing the famous swan recipe, saffron swan.
Mm-hmm.
From Vasucci.
Yeah. What's Vasucci's store called? Do we remember? It's quite simple.
Right.
Isn't it just called Vasucci's? Isn't it just called Vasucci's?
It's Vasucci's fine dining. Yes, indeed.
Fine
Oh,
dining.
perfect.
Close enough.
Yeah, but we'll sound like out of towners if we call it by the full name.
Yeah, exactly. We're
Yeah.
not tourists.
Yeah. Okay.
No. We grew up here.
What are you talking about? It's the Vasucci's.
He's going to teach his sons the secret recipe in 2 days, and we have to figure out how to steal it. And if we do, Rich Who Makes You Rich will introduce us to a fence, essentially his benefactor, who can find a guy that we can sell it to.
Yeah, pretty much.
For an exorbitant price.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or 50%, and Rich takes 50% somehow, even though we're doing all the.
Well, Rich's benefactor takes 50%. You assume Rich won't take 50%. That would. Yeah, I know. Well, maybe he would. Maybe Rich makes himself rich.
Maybe Rich
not my business.
is unnecessary. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, he's a quarter man. Yeah, that's right. He's the quarter man.
He's the
That's right.
quarterback.
We established he's the middle man.
Episode 3. They cut everyone out the deal. We should do this ourselves. We thought of it.
Yeah.
We're gonna open up a restaurant in a different town, and that's the new campaign. We're going legit, guys.
Yeah.
Wow, what a
It's time
twist!
to go straight.
Immediately turn our lives around.
So, I believe you were just finishing your meal at the Hungry Halfling, and Richard left.
Yes.
And you were on dessert.
Delicious swan dinner.
Yeah.
Dessert? What's for dessert?
How did you like your swan, Cornelius?
How was it, James?
Ooh, quick one. It was exquisite, and can anybody remember the benefits of the swan?
Ooh,
Oh
the
my
benefit is
God.
that there were 4 different types of potato.
There were. It was a different side thing.
It
No, I mean
gave
the
us
mechanical
something.
benefit.
+2
Oh.
con, advantage on
Mechanics.
death saves.
Oh,
Plus
yeah,
2
that's
con
right. I
and
gave
advantage
myself
on
a
death
plus 2 con
saves.
already.
Yeah. Why? Because it
So
toughens you up and
right.
gives you something to live for. I tell
Wow.
you.
Wow. Pat, did we get anything for eating the breakfast?
No.
Nope.
You not specifically. They told you old leftover breakfast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you've got cholesterol issues.
It was also a quarter of the price. That's what you got. It's a fucking
Yes.
a massive discount.
What did it taste like, James? Was the meat tender and juicy?
I wouldn't say tender. It's more
How should I
it's quite gamey. It's meaty.
That's what I was gonna say.
But it's nice. It's sort of like burgery texture, I would guess.
Yum.
More so than like soft chicken.
Okay. And how was the potatoes?
Deep in flavor. Well, the 4 potatoes were very good, and I will offer you a D6, Josh only, if you can tell me the 4 ways in which the potatoes were made.
Oh no! So there was mash.
Yes.
Yes, I remember that one.
Roast.
Yes.
I don't think you would have said chips, but I'll throw them in there. And then the last one, maybe. Ooh, I think they were like almost like dolphin water potatoes, like thin and like crispy, right?
Excellent work. Those were the
Good
4 ways
job,
to
potato master.
New subclass.
I like it's potatoes.
Yep.
Yum.
Indeed. So anyway, you're just finished. You're just delving into dessert. And dessert is pears in plum. Pears in port. So they're basically baked pears that are cooked in port with brown sugar. They're very nice.
Well, I'll answer Ambrosia's question. Yeah, it was. I've not had swan before, but it was nice. The potatoes, very well done. And how did you find them? And he kind of slightly tilts his head to like almost faces you, and as he asks this question, like there's the eyebrow closest to you is raised.
It was good. A little gamey. But yeah, I enjoyed all these different potatoes. I'm looking kind of disparagingly at these guys' old leftover breakfast meal.
Oh, there's none left over.
No.
We've licked our plates clean. There's nothing left.
Nothing
Okay,
left.
Yeah.
Nothing left.
Yeah, I still have some potatoes left over. If you want these, Gnob or DB, we can finish this off.
Give them here.
There you go. There you go. You can have my potatoes. So, what do you all think about this rich character?
No, I mean he's shady as hell, but getting in with a good fence is, pretty can be a pretty useful contact. I heard a story about this place because I don't think DB has told anybody this because I think I rolled for it and then we kind of started talking to people. But the lady of the town here, Lady Pelham, she's got it awfully, and he kind of lowers his voice a little bit below the din of the room. She's got a pretty nice set of jewels. I heard she's got like a like a crown and like a necklace and some earrings and a ring, the whole thing. It's real pretty, maybe a little magical. Maybe we get in, check that out. Maybe we relieve her of that, and if we find this fence guy, we can sell that to him too, and leave town. Probably, because I don't think she's going to be happy about it, but,
No, certainly not.
We can't go looking like this. I'm a mess right now. I've been sleeping in the woods and in a prison. We'll have to go hit the barber first,
Yeah,
but,
of course.
We could run a little something.
I admire that.
Well, we'll have to do a little bit of scouting out, but, we got a noble with us right here, and I point to I point to Cornelius. Right? You got noble blood? That's what that guy was saying, or did you just steal a nobleman? What's the deal?
Don't be shy, darling.
Wait, so you're asking Cornelius about his own blood, not his horse's blood?
Well, which either way, either you're a noble with a noble horse, or you stole a horse from a noble. Either way, got to be a good story.
I'm not sure the status of the person who previously owned this horse.
All right, very cryptic. Good for you.
Phrasing.
Okay. Well, so maybe we do this job for Rich who makes you rich. We'll just keep an eye on him, and then if he's a scumbag, then Cornelius will turn him into a zombie or something. We'll be fine.
If we're doing all the work, surely we can cut the middleman out.
Well, how do you propose we do that? Do you know? I mean, do you think we can find this fence?
There are ways.
Do you have like a way?
I begin eating the pear.
Okay. Well, I think maybe we just steal the thing, we get the recipe, and then we can renegotiate our deal, afterwards. And then we can talk about bigger plays. I got all sorts of ideas. Gnob, what do you think?
What do you think, Gnob? You've been so useful to us so far. I wouldn't want to put you out.
Yeah, I know you got caught stealing something in the jail. I'm a little upset about that.
This jewelry set is magical.
That is what I recall.
So
Could be worth looking into. As far as the recipe. Fuck.
I mean, the swan is really good. I mean, these two fucking loved it, and it wasn't even the
That's
best
what got
one.
me thinking about it. I'm very curious to try this famous swan recipe now.
James, how did the pear taste?
It was good. It was
Sweet.
it was very sweet, but it was sort of very rich in flavor, and the port sort of contrasted a little bit.
Okay. Delicious.
Okay, well, maybe we could go resupply a little bit, sell some of this stuff we stole off those dead bodies, and then we can think about what we want to do. Maybe go walk by the restaurant, walk by Vasucci's, and sort of scope it out.
Get a feel for the place. Let's
We don't know. Oh, so we have to. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Son.
About what time is it, James?
Right now, about 2:30 in the afternoon, I think. Did I not update?
Oh,
Did I
good.
update
It's
it?
right afternoon. It's early afternoon because they weren't serving breakfast anymore.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, just a reminder
Yeah.
that, I mean, I didn't actually update it right now, but there's always a date and time up the top in the group by the player tools.
Cool. Yeah. Sounds like a good time to walk around. see what's going on in this little town.
Well, just a reminder, first of all, it's not a very little town. So there are 8,800 people here.
I was talking down to it.
So it's decently large, there are quite a few shops. It's quite well-to-do town.
Nice. Finally, among some people of class.
Well, people with money, you know.
Exactly.
Lots of horse lords here. Lots of Kalashkars coming through. You know. You know, we do have to be careful. There is like I don't know if the guild has a big presence here, but there is kind of a mercenary organization. I think they call it the Crows, Bacella's Crows. You know, they kind of Lord Pelham kind of looks the other way, but you know, they may be dangerous. There may be a group. Maybe we get in with them. Maybe they got some work for us too. You know, I don't know if you want to get in with a bigger crew at this point, but they're kind of legit, and we may be a little more low tier.
Unlegit.
Unlegit.
Well, it does sound like there's some kind of guild involvement here, right? If this swan recipe is off limits to them.
That is true.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Look around.
So I want to go to a barber first of all. Okay, I need to take care of this. I'm covered in fur. It's all dirty and mangled. I need to go take care of this.
I'm so glad. So glad you noticed, dear. And yeah, I'm gonna need a new outfit, obviously.
I was hoping to see Nomura, and I'll hold up like my stinky, gross ring mail.
Oh, good. You can go and you can sell all this crap that we found too.
I'm no haggling.
No, your size haggles for you. All right, it does all the work. You just keep that look on your face. You'll do fine. Unless you want to go with them, Cornelius.
Is there anything you want to shop for, Cornelius, in particular? A new coat, maybe?
Excuse me?
Yeah. Do you want to go with Gnob and sell the gear, or with me and Ambrosia and get facials? That's what's on the table right there.
I give Ambrosia a dirty look for the little comment she made about my very nice red leather jacket.
It's just gotten a little dust on the road. You know, maybe let's take it to the dry cleaner.
I will, as you say that, I wave my hand very nonchalantly and prestidigitationally clean my clothes.
We still got that hole in the elbow, though. Didn't go away.
You mean the hole where I put my arm in, you ingrate?
Ingrate.
I retract my statement. You look lovely, dear.
I will go with Gnob.
Excellent choice.
Yeah, let's go. Shopping montage.
What time is it in the day, James?
2:30 p.m.
A little after lunchtime, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just missed breakfast.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's go.
Love's ready.
Okay.
Shopping spree.
So we'll follow DB and Ambrosia. Where are we heading?
Oh yeah.
We're heading. So we're heading to, first of all, we're gonna walk around again. I'm looking for a barber first. Maybe they do facials too. So I think we walk and we see Michael's surgery and barbery. I think we head in.
So as you're heading down that street, it's a fairly well-to-do street, and you'll come through past quite a few similar stores. So as you walk down this street, you'll notice there's 4 tailors very close together, 2 on either side.
Perfect. They can compete for my attention.
Yeah, I mean they're sort of, all of them are going for something a little different, but you'll notice that like they're clearly competing. So you'll see Oscar's outfits, you'll see Shine From Within, you'll see Tiana and Viralia's shops opposite each other, and right in the middle of the street, in between all 4 of these stores, is a big signpost that says 250 yards ahead, Oscar's outfits. So the one store that's not mentioned is signposted a little further down. You'll also come past a very fancy looking shoe store. shoes. And then indeed you will see the barbers on one side and then a pair of jewelers at the end of the street. And one of them has this sort of big sign outside that basically looks like it's very gem focused. It's called Gems and Jewelry. And it's sort of gold and gems and very gaudy. And the other store says Segori Silver, and almost exclusively everything you can see in the window is silver.
Wow.
So as you wander down this street, you'll notice there's less sort of people trying to catch you from the crowd. There's nobody sort of coming up and harping on about wares to you or anything like that. And you will notice a fairly agitated conversation between an Aasimar pair at the center of the town. Right. Both male.
Well, while I kind of look at the windows, Stevie, would you like to go ahead and get your hair sorted?
Yeah, I mean, this is a mess. What are those two guys doing over there?
I was going to be nosy.
We'll look in the window, but we'll be looking behind us, like in the reflection. Yeah, we'll scope them out.
Yeah, so you're hearing a lot of, and it is worth mentioning that a few of these shops' windows are genuinely glass covered. Glass is very expensive in Mazraya, but all four of the tailors seem to have splashed out on glass. And one of the jewelers has what looks like glass covered in magic. And the other one is just looks like it's open, but you will know there's a magic barrier there blocking you off. But these two Aasimar, they're both male. But haven't you bought enough already? We've been to every store at least twice. You don't need any more. Not today. We're running low on funds. And the other is nonsense. I've got 2 hedged bets coming in. The forecast's excellent for our financial situation. We definitely have enough money, and besides, I haven't got enough pair of shoes to go with all these outfits. Yes, I agree with you, I've got enough outfits, but what are outfits without accessories and accoutrements? You've got to finish it off properly. You need the hat, the bag, the shoe. If you haven't got the hat, the bag, and the shoe, then you haven't got an outfit. You've just got some clothing.
Right. He's completely right.
Do they? Oh, they're having we got some people not good with money over here. Well, I could be good with their money. Do they have a bunch of does he have a bunch of bags?
He does. He is holding various. Well, he's not holding anything actually. To be fair, there is a gentleman just a little way behind them, a rather flustered-looking human with his hair tied back, who just has like oodles of clothing over one arm, sort of plastic covered. And in the other hand, he's holding like 4 or 5 bags that aren't quite going over his shoulder, and then you can see he's also got a backpack on which appears to be stuffed. And he's sort of, he's just trying to work out which way they're going to go to follow them. Yeah.
Goodness.
All right. Okay. Ambrosia, can you cover me for a minute here?
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I'm about to go shopping for a new hat from that guy's bag.
Go right ahead.
Okay. DB, he sort of ducks down maybe a little side alley potentially, and he's gonna put on his nobleman outfit.
Nice.
And are these people heading towards us or away from us?
They're standing still in the middle of the street, shouting at each other.
Okay. So I'm gonna come marching down the street. And can I take out? They have sending stones in this world, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna take out a rock from my pocket, and I'm gonna pretend that I'm speaking on a speaking stone, and I want to be like,
very important.
Yes, no, the servant cannot have the day off. Of course not. I don't care that his mother is dead. He's got a father. What is the big deal? He has to work. I need him, and I want to bump into the guy with all the bags and make him drop the bags.
I really wish that a gnome would pop up and just say that's more than 25 words. But instead, I will ask you for a stealth check.
All right. That is a 16, and I am putting a card on top of that, 100%. There you go.
Do not fear failure.
Don't.
Okay, well, give me your full roll then.
Make that a 19.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, you sort of, as you're wandering, you sort of shoulder into me. Go, oh!
How dare you? What are you doing?
I'm ever so sorry, sir. Ever so sorry.
You clod. And I want to try to like reach my hand in one of the bags, hopefully one with a hat in it, and pull out a hat as I bump into him. That was my plan here.
So give me a sleight of hand check and a D100.
What was the stealth check for then?
To see whether it was. I don't know if I want to reveal that. I'll at least tell you that one element of it was to see if it was obvious that you were doing it intentionally.
Okay.
That is at least one element of it.
Okay.
I wouldn't have used my D4 at 11.
Okay. So you sort of slip your hand in and you manage to get hold of something. It might be a hat. It's definitely soft. And it's sort of, it's small enough that you can pick it up with one hand. And you go to pull it out. You get your hand sort of caught in the back of in the strap of the bag as you're trying to pull your hand out. And it sort of wrenches the bag from him.
Release me, brigand, what are you doing?
And he goes, oh, sorry! And he pulls and you pull. What? And then just... you just hear this ripping noise. The bag sort of splits upwards. And clothing just erupts out of this bag. And everything in here was small clothes. So you've just got underwear and various like sort of long johns and other undergarments for wearing fancy clothing. At one point you see literal sleeve. What you had hold of was a sleeve flouncer, which is basically a big piece of puff that you put in your sleeve to make it do a large sleeve. Nice. And it just erupts out. And you're able to sort of sneak a couple of bits while he's panicking. You've got a sleeve flouncer, a hat liner, and a pair of dark, deep violet with yellow stitching undergarments.
Ooh.
I have no idea what you're going to do with those. I do also need a D100, though.
Are the undergarments for, well, I guess they're going to be for men either way. I was going to say for men and women.
Yes, indeed.
He's wearing them either way, so it doesn't matter. 57.
Okay. I feel like that's in the wrong table. I've got so many different things here that are clothing and garments, and this is a wheelbarrow. Can you re-roll? I think I must have copy-pasted that over something.
35.
I just looked at it, I was like, what? Oh, love that. Okay. You also have a single handkerchief. It is a silver handkerchief, and you will notice that it smells nice.
Nice. Beautiful.
I think I just look to him and I say, I am a close personal friend of Lord Pelham, and he will hear about this.
Uh-oh.
Post haste!
Right, you
I must be away. And then I walk away. I storm away.
As you walk off, you just hear, what are you doing? What happened to the bags? For goodness sake! What do we employ you for?
I don't look back.
I'm so sorry, sir. I bumped into somebody. I dropped them and the bag ripped, and there was all in the air and everything. And sir, I can't find your handkerchief. And he sort of this handkerchief. He's kept at the top of the bag. You will notice, DB, as you go away, that whilst covering your nose with this handkerchief, you have advantage on saving throws against obnoxious gases.
Interesting.
I like that. So I think there is one spell. I think it's called Poison Cloud or Toxic Cloud or something like that. Stinking Cloud. Yeah, there you go. I think that's pretty much the only spell it is good against. But you never know. It might be useful against some.
You have advantage. Okay.
And while you two are making an absolute debacle of yourselves in the middle of town, what the hell are Gnob and Cornelius up to?
What are you guys doing?
I think Gnob is just like coldly walking, looking around to find this armor shop. Maybe he has a sixth sense. Maybe he's seen it before. You
can hear the ringing of the blacksmith's hammers. It's very easy to find. They literally call it Steel Street. And on this street, you do see an armor. You also see a second place, which is armor made to fit. And that's all it says in the door is armor made to fit. And that store appears like almost completely closed. There's also a couple of other people working iron for more regular purposes. Like iron pots, cookware, that sort of stuff. You will notice that Claymade is on this road, and sitting outside it is a potter This sort of halfling sat in a very high stall and greets you jovially as you pass. Your eyes are taken for one moment as you're sort of headed down the street, and you think about going into the steel store, and you see an incredible sort of sign. It's about 4 foot in height, and it's a beautiful sort of silver archer. And you notice him drawing and firing arrows of light out into the street. It's called the Arcane Archer. There is no storefront at all. There is only that sign outside what is basically like a bricked up building with a door. So you can't see in at all. You can just see the bricked up building with a door. The fact that they've got no window is probably why they have such a big fancy gaudy sign. But you're pretty sure that Hellion's Armory, which is sort of on one side, which has this big, robust chest piece, sort of as one of its showpieces on a mannequin. There's a few mannequins outside. Mannequin in this world is literally a stick with a bit of sort of a couple of sandbags. Yeah, you see the armor. What are you doing?
Is there anywhere like a weaponsmith other than this archer?
Oh yeah, very much so. Just next door. Is it called Honed Edge? No, Whack and Strike. Bear with me 1 second.
Whoa.
Oh, outfit change.
This is the shopping montage.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know, right?
Sorry, I was all tangled in my wire. You see a place called Whack and Strike.
Let's walk towards it. I'm looking to see if Cornelius is following me periodically.
I am. I'm probably maybe 3-4 steps behind you, so we can use some space. We'd probably be walking in silence the whole time.
Yeah.
I figured as much, to be honest.
Cool. So you're going in.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in.
As soon as he sees you, a Leonin turns, and he's wearing a sort of burnished breastplate, and then he's just wearing sort of 2 shoulder straps, and basically a pair of shorts. Leather shorts, and he just looks at me. Adventurers! Greetings! welcome to Rico Whack and strike, that's what we do here. We whack and we strike. Which one are you looking to do? I've got whack, and he points to a beautiful silver warhammer, and I've got strike, and he points to like a sort of fine rapier.
I'm gonna take all of the stuff that we've sold already, plop it on the desk in front of him, and say,
"Ah! Scrap metal! Fabulous! Wonderful! You won't need to be equipping yourself. With something finer, I've got great steel. You look like the kind who could wield a battle axe." And he brings down this sort of beautiful black handled battle axe, and on the black handle it's got different etchings and runes. You can see it's definitely magical. The axe head sort of glimmers with silver, and as he sort of puts it through a couple of sort of swings, you know, the light sort of glint off it beautifully, and then he proffers you the handle.
I'll grab it, but before taking it away from him, I'll ask, how much?
Oh, that's up for negotiation, but I will say that a special price for you, I'll do 150 gold pieces.
I'll have a look at it, admire the work, and I'll hand it right back to him. Like, that's all right, mate.
As soon as it's in your hand, it feels like a sort of very natural fit. It feels like if you wanted, and you practice with this weapon, you'd never ever drop it. It's so secure in your hands. It swings with ease, almost like it wants to turn. And the blade sort of, you can see, like, despite its fancy, gaudy shiningness, this is a weapon that is designed to kill. And as he takes it, like, oh, very well then. And he sort of very nonchalantly just sort of sticks it in what you know to be like a nightstand. But he's got like 3 different magical weapons in it. Sort of, I'll just take over this, and silver for this, and a copper for this, and 2 copper for that, and 3 silver for that, and 4 silver for that, and 2 silver for that. And he sort of counts out all the money, and then he just slides it over to you across the... Are you sure you don't need something to equip yourself with? Well, actually. And then he sort of looks at you, and he sees you are wielding other weapons. I guess you kept them for yourself. Is that gentleman attached to you? The one staring in through the door?
Staring in through the door. That's so weird.
Are you outside or inside?
No, I would have come inside.
Oh, he looks
He's
in
staring
that
at
case.
him from inside.
In that case, he'll look over to you and perhaps a fancy scimitar for you.
Do you have anything for magus?
Oh. No. He looks thoroughly sad.
Well, he's
Then
honest.
no, you cannot help me, I'm afraid.
Nob
Do you-
will actually chuckle at this interaction.
Do you know where I could possibly find something?
No, all sorts. You're looking for Arcanum. Arcanum is a street. It's just it's gonna head out here, turn right, and go to the end of the road, and you'll see a little muffin store on the corner. And if you turn right at the muffin store and you head all the way along, you'll see a series of shops, all different magical stuff. They've got a rather large contingency of guards there, like their wares are worth more than ours or something, or are more special. Or, well, anyway, I'm sure you'll fit in with plenty of other snooty folk.
Wow.
Oh, I don't. My apologies. I don't mean to come across as snooty.
Oh no, no wizard ever needs anything from this store.
Well, perhaps if you stocked things we would need, then we would happily purchase.
What could I make at a forge that you would find helpful?
How about some robes or some metal armoring? What about some magically infused metal staves?
Magic's not really my strong point. I do have an elf that enchants the odd piece. He wants a big fence?
He wants a big fancy stick. Is what he's saying.
Well, we do have a couple of those, but they're not magical in any way. I do have this. And he will reach over and he'll show you a very fancy looking...
Very posh suddenly.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
He's softening.
He turns over. I do have this. I'm not sure how much it will appeal to you, but he hands you a ladle.
Ooh. Nice.
And looking at this, you'll realize it's magical. So it has two properties. First, it is the ladle of the battle chef. So it is a mace, and it is a +1 mace at that. And secondarily to this, you can fill it up with like small stones and fling them, and when you do so, the stones that you throw will be hot. It also functions as an eating ladle.
Interesting. I will look this over, kind of like you would if like a kid gave you a drawing of the that they did at school. I see many uses of this. Unfortunately, none for me. But thank you, and I will give it to him back. And I will say, unfortunately, I won't be able to purchase anything today. However, perhaps a parting gift to maybe reconsider stocking something with a bit more. And I'll kind of very gently say, imagination.
Oh.
And I will put on his desk, I will take out my bag, and with a little holder, I will put on, and I will place a little incense, and with a wave of my hand, I will prestidigitation it to ignite, and then blow it out, so that there's a nice lavender scent.
He lets out a massive sneeze, and he sort of covers his face and rubs his mane a little bit. And, well, that's something.
I'll pick it up, perhaps near the door.
Did you say you'll pick up Gnob?
No, I'll pick it up.
the little tray.
Incense. And I'll say, perhaps near the door for customers.
Wonderful. Yes, for the customers passing by, I agree.
I will do so, and I will turn to him and I will bow graciously and wave, and literally as I spin on my heel, the smile is gone.
Wow.
And I will just wait outside.
Yeah. Gnob, as you leave, you will just hear snooty wizards to himself as you leave.
You're being sarcastic the whole time.
You can sell all the stuff.
Nice.
Yay.
We do have an arrow of human slaying that we store to. You may want to go next door to sell at the Arcane Archer, since it's in the name. But
possibly.
That's up to you, because I'm not there.
I am actually sort of interested in going to Arcanum with Corny here, but I do want to pop into this armor shop first.
Okay. Which one? Hellion's Armory or the armor made to fit?
Made to fit would imply that it's crafted, or
yeah, it would be crafted for you.
Oh, so it's bespoke. Okay,
it's a long way out your price range. Yes.
Hellion's Armory.
Yeah, you head into Hellion's Armory, and you'll see there's lots and lots of different pieces just adorning the walls. Most of them are either breastplates or sort of like leather jerkins with pieces of metal, like your half plates, whatever. Pieces that are easily fittable for many people, you know. And you see this very sort of muscular silver dragonborn looks over to you and, good day. My name's Vrax. I'm the salesman here. How can I help you?
I'm gonna buy myself some armor.
Right. Leather-based or something a bit heavier?
Well, I'll show him what I'm wearing, which is the chain shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Anything better than this?
Are you specifically looking for medium armor, or are you?
Medium or light. Medium or light. But I guess,
okay.
What was the leather get me? No, about the same. Same as chain shirt. So maybe scale mail, breastplate, something along those lines.
Yeah, he sort of looks at you and... Not got much to fit someone of your size. Apart from a couple of very pricey pieces. I've got a...
How pricey?
Well, one's made of adamantine, and the other one's magical. I do have something that might fit you, but... I don't know if it's quite what you're looking for.
Well, let's have a look.
Yeah, he sort of pulls out this. It looks like sort of hide leather. And then you'll notice that sort of within this hide are pieces of lacquered wood. And then little tiny pieces of metal on it. And it's got a bit of an enchantment on it. It's not the sturdiest of armor, but it gives you some... there's a lot of things you can weather in this. So this is actually only hide armor, but it has resistance to piercing and slashing damage.
Whoa.
So it's sort of like a down and an up.
For this low level, it's probably pretty good, but you'll outgrow it soon, I would think.
Yeah.
Very
cool.
Truth be told,
the big and tall section.
I've been trying to get rid of it for a while from a druid that didn't want to wear metal. He gave it to me in exchange for some light leather armor that I did some work on. I was pricing it quite a lot because it's hella useful, but frankly, it's been a long time now.
Wow.
What are you asking?
75.
Silver?
He lets out a little chuckle and...
Surely.
No, though if you're parting with that, it'll just be the 30. So the problem you're having is chain shirt is 85 gold to buy.
I'll hand it back to him.
Perhaps another day.
Hopefully sometime soon. Come on, Corny.
Are you, you looking for work? Got some of these posters if you want to have a look at one. Just
No,
waves.
blacksmith, if that's what you're asking.
No. Not that kind of work. Adventurer's work.
I'll have a look at the board and look over at Corny and sort of like nod towards it. And
He just hands you a piece of parchment. He's got loads of them.
Oh, I thought there was a board.
No, he's just got a pile of parchments there. And it's a bounty. And it's a bounty for Garvard Stonebreaker.
Ooh.
Dwarf?
Garvard Stonebreaker is It says ogre ? And he is he's believed to be in a cave a little way out of Albak to the north towards the mountains, and he's caused some trouble in terms of like a bit of banditry, a bit of fighting, but he has also attracted the following of a few other tough guys who go there and sort of like try and prove their worth against him. The bounty on his head is 150 gold pieces.
Dead or alive?
Dead. They only want his head. They don't want the rest of him.
I'll fold that up.
He shrugs. He's just got piling them like this. Like he's been told to give them out to an adventurous who visit.
Who's put the bounty out? Is it Lord Pelham or is it? Doesn't say. So how do we
I was
collect?
about to ask like.
Oh, so right at the bottom it says can be claimed at the guardhouse.
Okay.
And it actually states the guardhouse in any of the following cities. You might recognize this pattern. Let me just take you to the map. So it is any of... Oh, we don't have all the names. I need to go bigger. Let's go bigger or go home. It is the Macavian Desert and the Cevenum, Morendril, and Volzania. Any of these four regions.
The same place that me and Cornelius are wanted in. So they get some sort of alliance or something.
Yeah, they definitely, the guards seem to be have jurisdiction in all four states, if you will. It's the most American thing I've said in at least a month.
It was weird.
We neither use the word jurisdiction or state over here.
Your bounty, Gnob, was 20 silver. And this guy's is 150 gold. Just put that out there.
How much was? Did you write down how much Ganash's was? Is that 100 gold? I think
it was
50.
You just told us. You didn't tell us what ours was. You just told us what Othric's was on Gnob, which was 20.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. The other. Yes, you're right. The on you guys, the two of you were. DB and Cornelius were wanted to be brought back in for questioning.
Yes.
And Ganache was wanted dead. And only dead. Yes, on site.
Yeah. That's probably why.
There is, you may have seen a poster. There are wanted posters for him out 100 gold pieces for Ganache.
Well, look at Ganache. It's moving up in the
There are no posters of you guys.
So then I can assume that this guy is at least at the level of a Ganache.
It doesn't necessarily mean in terms of toughness, just in how much inconvenience he's caused.
Infamy, yeah, okay, gotcha. All right, I'm ready to leave.
Okay. And yes, actually, as you head out, you guys are headed to Arcanum?
Yeah, I was gonna strike up a chat with old Corny here, but if we want to go back to
we will do. But just a heads up that both sets of you would have seen a second sign around as well. It just says wanted, the red cloaked thief.
Red cloaked thief.
Yeah. And there is an offering of 250 gold pieces for any information.
Oh.
You would have seen that lying about.
Was Rich wearing a red cloak?
No. And all you have on in terms of information on this guy is he is approximately 3 foot tall and wears a deep red cape.
No racial information.
No, though it does state male.
Doesn't sound like anyone I know.
You don't know any 3 foot male thieves. One who was just wearing a red cape.
Yeah, that's what throws me.
My noble clothes are red with the cape. 100%.
I'm trying to see if I can do something with this, but I don't know if I can.
My noble clothes are blue.
I'll put in the Discord as a reminder. What deviant outfit is.
No, I can't. I don't think.
Nice.
That's his fancy clothes.
His nobleman's clothes?
Is
Is that Duke Bramiowicz?
Yes, that's the Duke. That's the Duke.
Oh, he's so cute.
I can't use that name right now though because they know about it. So
Should I put on my elegant clothes?
No, I'm gonna switch back to. I just ran a
okay.
scam in those clothes, so I'm gonna switch back to my normal clothes.
Your street walking clothes.
Yeah, casual wear.
The usual suspect.
I can't do it. I can only give you a really detailed picture, and that's not what I'm looking for.
Oh no.
So yeah, we will return to Ambrosia and DB. What are you doing post Havoc?
DB has just continued walking down to the barber. He gives you a wink, and I'll message you and just say, yeah, go get your clothes. I'll meet you wherever you're at.
Okay, looking at this mess in the street. Yeah, I'll just go stand in the center of all those different tailor shops. Just kind of see what kind of clothes are in each. I think Ambrosia's looking for something kind of just like a nice change of clothes, Something kind of class.
Yeah, you're not sure exactly. You just know that these people are competing. They're obviously quite fancy. All four of them.
Fancy.
You can get simpler outfits, but you know that they have the potential to get very fancy.
Okay, and also, do any of them look like they have any costume?
It's difficult to tell from outside because they are literally just showing off their finest pieces.
Okay. Then I will go to the second finest shop. Not the one that looks the most expensive.
You're not even sure which place looks more expensive. You just... I would say that I guess you know that Dress to Impress seems the simplest.
Okay. I'll go to the Virala's Wardrobe of Wonder. That's speaking to me.
Okay. Yeah, you can head on in. Let me just see if I can take this. Got a little picture for you guys. Can I just do that? No, was that the thing? I have to save it and then repaste it, and what a pain in the ass. Just trying to think what I can name it as to prevent you guys from knowing what it looks like. Cool. Sorry, you're heading into Viralia's.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Wardrobe of Wonder.
Yeah. As you head into Viralia's, you'll note that there is a young man looking very, very bored, stood in the middle of the store. He's there you go. There's your thief. So they've got a pretty good picture of him. He's not just like just a cloak.
Okay, so there's a face.
Yeah. You would assume a halfling or a kender or something of that ilk. So yeah, there's a man standing very, very bored in the center of the room. He's human, you would assume. He is wearing a fairly fine tunic and trousers, but workable clothing. So he looks over at you and he said, "Oh, welcome to Viralia's wondrous wardrobe. Wardrobe of wonders, whatever. Can I help you?"
You don't sound very enthusiastic, darling. What's going on?
You won't buy anything. You're just here to look, and then you'll go compare, and you'll go elsewhere.
Oh, I see.
Isn't that what you'll do?
Is this your business, or do you just work?
No.
All right. Let me just peruse quickly. I'm looking for maybe something a little...
Dresses on the top floor, costumes on the floor below. No, costumes in the floor below where we are. Costumes downstairs in the basement. Dresses on the top store, regular workwear one above. This is your formal wear. Shoes on every floor. Go to shoes though, it's cheaper and better. Shoes.
Ooh, workwear. Do you think we could get some waiter outfits? infiltrate the
That would.
restaurant later?
Oh, I see what you mean. When I say workwear, I mean like it's just simple stuff, basic tunics, jerkins, etc. Yeah, you might find a waiter's costume on the costume floor down below.
Yeah, sure. Let's look for something like that.
Go downstairs.
Yes.
Would you like a glass of wine?
Absolutely. Is it complimentary?
Yeah.
Thank you. What's your name, child?
Mine? Why?
Yes, you.
You're gonna file a complaint?
No. You think I have anything better to do? I would like to know who I'm speaking to. Don't you think it's rude to not know someone's name when you're conversing?
Don't really care. You can tell me your name.
My name?
Yeah, your name.
You can just call me Ambrosia, darling.
Oh, you can call me Dinnan.
Okay.
It's also my
I
name.
will. Okay.
Dibby, are you in here?
I think it's more fun if I've doubled back and I'm in there. So yes,
Okay, cool.
I'm in there.
Yeah. And I just wanted to ask, are you guys going to Arcanum or are you headed to find these guys on Taylor Street?
Is that a question for like all four of us?
No, well, yeah, sure, can be, but mostly for you and Josh.
I think we're headed to Arcanum, no?
I think
Okay,
so, yeah.
All right, cool. Okay. So yeah, DB, as you sort of come in, he looks at you and, oh, welcome to Veralia's Wardrobe for Wonders. Do you want a glass of wine?
Do you have any warm milk?
No.
Then I'm good. Thanks, pal.
He pours you a glass of wine in a wooden goblet. He hands it to you. Enjoy your shop. No, not
okay.
you. It's Ambrosia. And just goes, enjoy your shop. Then he looks to you
Sure.
and he just goes to DB and he just goes, dresses on the top floor. One floor up for formal wear, for work wear. Formal wear's on this floor. Costumes are downstairs.
All right, thanks, bud. We got this. We got dressing rooms. Can try stuff on.
It's fitting rooms on the second floor and downstairs.
All right, so what are you looking? You looking for a dress? What are you looking for? A new fur coat? Maybe one that's not so offensive. Tabaxis.
Oh no, see, this outfit, I'll motion to what I'm wearing now. You know, my tailored dress with fur coat. It's part of my you know, my shift weave. So I'm thinking of something just like casual to wear, but also I need something kind of a little more theatrical.
Yeah, let's go look at the.
Let's
look
go
at
to
the
the
costumes
costume.
downstairs. Yeah, you know, maybe you and I can, pretend that we're some sort of, noble couple when we go to the restaurant to case the joint, and we gotta look the
Good
part.
idea. I would love an excuse to go out for an
All right.
expensive
Yeah,
dinner.
I'm gonna go look for a fancy suit because I don't really want to be wearing this one around. I saw that they're looking for a short guy in a red cape, and I'm a little nervous. So maybe I look for something different.
Yeah, nothing that will draw too much attention.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. You head
I'm looking
downstairs.
for the loudest possible outfit.
Well, you find the loudest possible person, first of all. When you get downstairs, she goes, "Oh, hello! Oh, welcome! Veralia's wondrous wardrobe of wonders. Welcome to the costume department. My name's Harriet, and how can I help you today?"
So nice to meet someone with some energy. Why don't they have
She is a
you
halfling, by the
upstairs
way.
instead of that?
Because I do costumes! No use doing costumes upstairs. Costumes are in the basement.
Well, can't argue with that. What have you got down here? Let me look around.
Oh, we've got all sorts. Absolutely everything you can imagine. If you want to dress up as a dragonborn, today's your day. If you want to be a knight in shining armor, or perhaps you want to be an unusual-looking witch, or maybe you just need a costume to try and present yourself as something that you're not. Or maybe we've got lots of different actors' outfits. So we've got lots of we've got these, and she'll show you these sort of very cheap material, flouncy dresses, which sort of definitely, costume clothing. We've got some of, if you're into this sort of thing, and he'll show you these sort of, she'll show you these sort of saris, like long silken wraps that go all around you. I've got a coat of many colors just here. I've got this wondrous robe that can change color at the blink of an eye. What is it you're looking for?
I'm looking for something that will. First of all, do you sell any masks?
Oh yes, well, masks are just up here. She'll take you over and she'll show you so we've got masquerade masks. Those are masks with a stick, so you can hold them up. We've also got some, masks that are fixed masks. So we've got this, and this is the lion's head. We've got over here, we've got all sorts of various animals, and you'll see they've got boars and squirrels and rats and mice and all sorts else besides, little masks of them. And then we've got the porcelain mask section. I think these are a little odd, but if it's your taste, then very well. And they're just like featureless masks with eye holes, like that's it. Lots of different styles. And then we've got all these as well. They're fabric masks. So there are lots of different masks that are full face fitting, that have like spacer eye and mouth, various different fabrics in various different colors. One that might catch your eye. As it's sort of black and silver, little thin lines, and the silver is almost mirrored. So it's actually quite difficult to look at without feeling a bit dizzy.
That could be a fun thing where we wear masks so people don't know what we look like.
I like that.
But we all wear matching masks like in every bank robbery movie ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
this is so
You want to get
fun.
how much for these mirrored ones?
You want more than one? I might have a couple more.
We're starting a new troop, you see.
Oh, wonderful. We might have a couple more. And she'll go delving. And she'll find 5. But 2 of them are very large. And one of them is really, really small. And then there's 2 regular size ones. And when I say really, really small, I mean like it will be small on her, and she's a halfling.
Okay, so
It was probably designed for a halfling child.
We'll get the regular size one.
Just
Is
the 2?
big one too big for?
Maybe we just get 2. Maybe we just get 2 and let the other 2 figure
feels
it
good.
out.
2 feels fine.
Yeah, the big one was big even for Gnob. Yes,
That's
sort of Loxodon size. It was huge. Okay. Yeah, they're 6 coppers each.
Oh, fantastic.
Put them aside.
Couple of those.
If we wanted to look like we were, well-to-do people from the Makavian desert, do you have any sort of outfits that we
have
wear?
traditional wear. So it will show you over to some white silks.
Mhm.
And she'll sort of hesitate. I'm not exactly sure which are for men and which are for women.
No, I know these are a little offensive, a little on the nose here, but I'm from the desert. It's okay.
Okay. Do you have any idea how this works? And she'll show you that literally it's just 30 foot of this white loose silk. Like that's it. It's about this big, and it just goes on and on and on and on. I think that DB thinks he knows how to do it.
A DB 100% says he knows how to do it and thinks he knows how to do it.
Yeah. So I'm not going to ask her a check. I'm just going to tell you that it might work.
All right. Yeah. No, I definitely know. Yeah, this is fine.
Okay, they're 4 silvers.
DB thinks he knows how to.
They're 4 silvers, and it's 30 feet of material.
Wow, that's
All right,
fantastic.
They have them in white or pale yellow.
What are you feeling? My treat,
yellow.
Ambrosia. It's my scheme. What are you?
Wow, thank you. Yeah, let's go. It's like a nice spring.
Both in yellow?
Right?
Oh, yeah, we gotta be mad, of course.
If you're into your pastels, we do have some pastel summer dress outfits.
Wow.
They're just for acting. They're not real great quality.
naturally.
And she'll show you they're like pinafores. So they're just front facing dresses basically. But they have like shoulders. But they just don't have much of a back. They're very cheap. Like they're a couple of copper each.
How much were the
4 silvers
silk outfits for each? Okay. So mirror masks times 2, 60 yards of pale yellow silk.
It's not silk either. It's just meant to look silky. It's a really shitty material. You're in the costume department.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll zhuzh it up with some magic. It's fine.
Yeah. Gosh, I can't think of any other like costume.
She sort of looks at you and,
get.
do you want to see the hat rack? This is my
course, what was I
favorite moment.
thinking?
Like, are you ready?
Let's see.
And she like reaches down to this wall that has like thousands of costumes all the way along and whatever. And she sort of presses something, and the whole wall just flips over, and everything here is a hat.
Wow.
She will show you her two favorites, which are these sort of like huge feathered plumage, sort of almost like chieftain headdresses. And then the other one is this like she calls it the fascinating fascinator. And it's basically like a little clasp, and it's just got flowers upon flowers upon flowers, but they sort of go like 3 or 4 foot above the head. Yeah.
I think I need that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, wrap those up.
That's a single silver piece for the fascinator. The feathered plumage is 7 silver pieces. Give me a
Now
culture
the-
check, Ambrosia, to work out why.
Okay, yeah. The flower one was speaking to me.
Hmm.
Culture plus 22.
22. This is a genuine shamanic headdress from not all that far from where you are, from Nabus, which is not that far from where you were living. So do you know the little island off the sea? Nabus is like the closest place. It's like desert town. You know there's a
This might
genuine
be worth
shaman's
some
headdress.
money. You're
Um,
saying this might be a good investment.
you could pass yourself off as a shaman, but you're on the wrong side of the country right now.
Yeah,
Again, this seems like cultural appropriation, but
Yeah, Pretty much.
it definitely does.
we're kind of going for a desert
She's like,
vibe.
oh, culture appropriate. Well, I do have these. And she'll show you like dreadlocks and braids that you can like put under a hat to make it look
no.
like you have different hair to what you have. She was like, I also
Not
have
quite
these. These are
smoking on
wonderful.
board, are they?
I don't. They might not work for you. Actually, come to think of it, they're a bit odd for either of you. Oh,
Hmm,
and think about this. And
Well.
she's holding bald caps.
What is it?
And then she realizes that one of you is a furry tabaxi and the other one's already bald.
That is
Um,
terribly
yeah.
offensive, Harriet.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah.
No, it's fine. We'll take these and
You will?
You have a,
no,
you have
not
a-
the bald cap.
Oh, okay. She was
What we
very
have
confused.
already. What we
Uh,
have already, please.
Yeah, okay. Right. You have some fabulous hats. Can I just offer you one particularly wonderful item that's my favorite? I don't know whether it's any use to you at all. But it's called the top hat of top tricks.
Well,
James, I was literally just going to ask you if there was a top
So
hat.
there is a top
There's
hat. It's about 2 foot
DVD.
in height. And she will show you that if you turn it upside down, it has lots of different pieces of material that look like it's the end of the hat, but it's not. And lots of sections to pull things out of it.
Great.
Wow,
Hidden
that's
compartments, you say?
delightful.
Pockets on a hat?
Yeah,
I'm-
just
I'm
like
in.
there's literally 38 pockets,
Harriet.
she will tell you.
Harriet,
Um,
all is forgiven.
38
All's
pockets on the
forgiven,
2-foot top hat of tricks.
Wow.
And she will sell you that for 5 silver pieces.
DB,
Uh,
that looks very fetching on you.
Harriet. Yeah, it kind of goes. Top hat of tricks. All right, I'm taking that. Five silver.
Do you want a pair of backward shoes?
Now,
Oh, so it
hold
looks like when
on.
we walk forward, it looks like we're going the other way.
No.
Can I just-
She'll show you them, and then
That's
like
what I
they've
thought.
got like an invisibility charm on the front, and they've got a shoe out the back. So you wear the shoe, but it looks like your feet are pointing backwards.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, I can just walk backwards.
That's
It's fine.
upsetting. No,
Sorry,
I
just
think-
a thought.
Can you think of any other?
I've got honking hooters.
What is that?
Whoa, hey, we just met. Harry.
And she will show you these huge, like, long curl-toed shoes that every step you take, they go honk, 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 honk as you, or they can also go wickle, 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 wickle as you step.
No, I think that's fine. This is a good start to rebuilding.
Okay,
Collection. Thank
rebuilding.
you.
Oh, did you lose your clothing collection?
It's
Oh my darling,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
so
Sorry,
that's
but-
so sad.
No, Ambrosia,
I'm-
tell her what happened. Tell her the whole
Well, then
story.
on the house, I must give you these. And she'll sort of reach over and she'll hand you 11 feathered boas in 11 bright different colors.
wow. You know what?
They are so cheap and tacky, and the feathers are already falling off. But you can see she means well.
Tell her about the fire, Ambrosia. Tell her all about it.
Oh, I get really choked up, but
No, it's okay.
Can you
there
auntie
was-
cry?
Ambrosia can cry on command, and she does.
Oh, Harriet asked that, not James.
No, I'm saying that Ambrosia starts crying when she asks. We were just we were just beginning to make it. Our new troupe. We had the stage set, the costumes, everything was going beautifully, and
Surely not. Do you think it was arson? Did somebody cause the fire?
It was. It was one of my
That's
rivals.
truly awful. You have rivals.
I
Oh,
had
you must
to
be a
go back
budding
in.
actress.
Well,
You were destined for success.
a little more than budding, but
Well,
yes,
surely not too much more than budding. I would have heard of you.
well,
I study the acting scene very closely, you know.
Do you? Do you spend much time around Galvinia? I'm more of a.
Oh, darling, I don't have the money for that. I can only read about it and hear about it from the bards and the tales.
Well, if you look in the back of a few issues back, you know, the paper, I was mentioned very glowingly. I would say.
You played in Galvinia? Oh,
Yes.
that's astounding.
I am lying to her. Just so you know.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
Okay.
I write these papers. I know. Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like you have what it takes. What was it? Hester?
Harriet.
Harriet.
I don't
in you.
perform. No, never
I
that.
see a spark in you. And I think this is a talent that could be, you know, molded and grown into something.
Oh, it could, and I would be there sewing the costumes, but that's my role.
Absolutely.
You could, but you'll be the next Kayla. You know,
Ugh.
a star is born today, or whenever you were born, actually, I suppose, because you weren't born today. But I suppose reborn in the ashes of your lost clothing. You know, steps forward a girl in 11 colors of feather boa. And suddenly, she shows the world her a shining star in... Oh, we shouldn't use that phrase. That's a competitor store.
Just keep your eyes on the papers, okay? Ambrosia, the name is going to be everywhere very soon.
Like glistening honey.
Thank you for your help, dear.
Oh, you haven't paid.
I was hoping she didn't notice. Okay.
But surely you'll be going upstairs, of course.
Well,
Why don't you check out with Dylan? Dylan's always going to give you a good deal.
we'll see about that.
Good deal, Dylan. All right.
Dylan. Poor Dinan. He's been Dylan. This is his name.
BB calls him Dylan. He
Okay.
forgets and calls
Don't forget, we've got dresses on the top floor, and we've got workwear on the second floor. Though, of course, your work is the stage, and therefore your workwear is down here. Although yours doesn't seem to be. Not a budding actor. He looks at DB.
You talking to me? No,
Yes.
I'm her manager. Dink Bigley, nice
right.
to meet you.
That's why you need the hat. Store all her.
Of course. Yeah. No, you got to show that I'm all
wares.
business. you know?
Yeah.
The clothes make the man.
Yeah. No, I'm a business manager and I'm a playwright. You know, we're writing a play about two star-crossed lovers in the from Las Macania. You know, she dies and then he dies. The whole thing. You'll see.
Oh.
Keep
Well,
keep
don't
an eye
spoil
out.
the ending.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Sorry. Yeah. You know.
There's a great.
Tell you what, Harriet, I'll save a
tragedy.
seat in the front row for you.
There's a great orcish playwright, you know. Some of his works are really worth looking at. You should have a look. His name is Wilhelm. Yes, Wilhelm Spearshaker.
Wow.
I've read all of his works, of course.
Of course you have. It's just that he's written one about star-crossed lovers. You know, who committed suicide together.
I've never heard of it. No.
No, it's Romulus and Romulus and what was her name? I can't remember now. Was it Jill? Yeah, Jill, I think.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yep, that's definitely it.
Julie, that was it. Romulus and Julie.
Yeah,
yes, of course, I remember.
Yeah, no, of course. Great.
I was about to go to Rico and Josh, but Rico and Josh aren't here. I'll just go to Cornelius. Sorry. So while you guys are going upstairs, Cornelius, your knob has gone very quiet. But what are you doing? I just realised I cut off a sentence that started with your and then said knob has gone very quiet. That was awkward. So Cornelius, your knob has gone very quiet. What are you doing?
Oh, no. Oh, he's back.
Oh, look, he's back.
Oh, guess who's back?
Right on time.
Yeah, I think we just
Yeah, so you're heading to Arcanum. Arcanum is a street laden with magic. Or so they say. It's got 3 stores in it. And the first store is Scrolls for Scholars, which looks like it's quite busy and there's quite a lot going on. The second store is a sort of little store which is called Odds to Magical Ends.
Mm.
And then there is this incredible looking 6-store long storefront called Muska's Musical Instruments. Or Muska. Muska is a god, by the way. Not the owner of the store. And you see this sort of grand front. And in this huge double glass windowed front is this beautiful golden harp with silver and platinum lining. It's clearly playing itself. You can feel the magic emanating through the glass.
So, what are you looking for?
Not a harp.
Yeah, nothing specific. And I look towards the shop with all the magical instruments. Certainly nothing from whatever that is.
As you say that, you hear 7% off. 7% off. And you see a trumpet literally jumping along the front of the store and back.
7%.
Yeah.
What a steal.
Didn't take you for much of a musician anyway.
I mean, there are some sounds I enjoy.
I don't even know how to respond to that. Hold on.
Such a conversationalist,
It was
Gnob.
so ominous.
Novel glaze over that one.
Come across any magical artifacts in your time?
Unfortunately, not. Have you? You can tell, like, as he says that, he's like taking all of his energy to even entertain a conversation with you. He's really talking through his teeth.
More than I can count, but not anything I've got to show for.
Fuck's sake.
No.
There is something.
Hey,
Oh.
Hey,
Whoa, what's happening over there?
TV, settle down.
Because you can't just jump on people when they're not expecting it. Try and steal their headsets.
he's a thief. That's what all cats are.
Yeah, truly.
Period.
There is something I'm looking for. Not too uncommon, I don't think.
What is
If I'm honest, I think it may be worth pitching in a little for. I've heard of an item set to protect one against a scrying eye. Arthur could be back.
Are you that afraid of this wizard that he'll find you?
Not exactly comfortable with the thought.
And you're not confident in your own abilities to fend him off?
Nob will laugh. If he came, or anyone under him, we wouldn't be standing here today, mate.
Weren't you under him? And you was thrown to one side?
They took me for dead. But it'll take more than that. More than some fucking 20 silver mercenary.
They try to leave you they tried to kill you, but didn't know to check you were dead. So the people coming after you can not do basic jobs correctly, and yet you are still afraid of them.
I know Othric. The next batch will be a little stronger.
Yeah, I will say that Gnob, you would know that he probably chose to send the 20 silver pieces mercenaries after you just to insult you.
Mm-hmm.
Not to actually catch you, just to
That's
insult
cold.
Mhm.
Just gonna send these budget guys after you.
you. Yeah, pretty much.
Is there like
Like,
is
get you
there,
top.
is there like fear in Nob's voice when he's talking about this, or in his expression or anything, or is he pretty placid?
I mean, Knob is Knob, right? So he likes to
Yeah.
remain cool cucumber. But there is like concern. I wouldn't say fear, but like
Mhm.
he's pretty sure that someone is gonna come looking,
Yeah.
and we may not be equipped for it this time around.
Do you believe divination magic is how he found you before?
Mm.
No,
You
we
know
why.
this,
We know
Josh.
why.
You saw
Yeah, I think
the
you know that
amulet.
from
Yeah, there was an amulet to detect Gnob.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but that wasn't like that was like a way to track him down. That wasn't like to watch what he's doing and listen to what
Indeed,
he's doing,
yeah,
you know?
but it's
Yeah,
still
that's-
it's still a
Yeah, so
form of
that's what I
divination.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
sure, but that's what I mean.
He's certainly capable.
Then why wouldn't he just come here and kill you himself?
Probably just to insult me. He's a mean bastard, Othric.
Well,
Not unlike yourself.
um, as you say that, like Cornelius chuckles slightly. It's very clear to see he takes that as a compliment. If you're, worried about this powerful wizard, and now you're saying that he's similar. But I will gesture to the magical odds and ends.
Yeah,
There's
something
an
like
end,
that.
There's a magical odd. I will gesture to that shop. Perhaps this is where you will find what you need.
It's
I'll
clear
nod
that
and-
they've got an
and make my way.
absolute hodgepodge of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And in fact, even as you arrive, it says 3 for 1 gold piece, and there's just a massive basket full of random magical shit.
I was literally just about to say, wouldn't it be cool if there was like in like campaigns and stuff, if there was like car boot sale type of stuff?
You've
where they
got
don't
it.
even know what they're selling.
It
And they're
pretty
just like,
much.
yeah.
So this is odds to magical ends, and outside they've got these baskets which say 3 for 1 gold pieces, and then the next one says 3 for 5 gold pieces. The third one is 3 for 10 gold pieces. You could just pick out random shit from there.
Okay, I guess I'm only looking at the 1 gold pieces then.
Okay. Yeah, if you sift through the 1 gold pieces, like 90% of it, you can't even begin to work out what the hell it is. Ow!
Aw.
That's my face. Yeah, so you see this tiny little what looks like a chocolate
This
button.
bargain bin.
Well, no, you see right at the top there's a little chocolate button. You sort of, you're not really sure exactly what you do. You throw it away, it lands right in front of you again. And that seems to be all it does, and that's why it keeps rising to the top. You see a zipper that can be attached to any piece of clothing. You see what looks like a tiny little piece of a tiny little twig. And as soon as you try and move it out the way, it spins to point north. You see a single boot that when you tip it upside down, water pours out of it. You found a little bag of sand that you can, if you were to empty it out, it would remain in the air, and you can paint pictures in it and then put it back in the bag.
Who is placing these whack-ass enchantments on these items?
Drunk wizards.
Yeah, they're just a bit of fun. Like, they're experimental stuff, a lot of it. There's a cake fork. Anything you eat with that fork will taste like cake.
Mm.
There,
Anything?
yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
So it
That's
says,
a Volgo.
there's a weird, odd sort of like piece of bark from a tree that if you put your ear to it, you can hear the song of the nearest bird.
God, if I wasn't playing such a weirdo of a character, I'd love that fuck. Because you put that for every other campaign.
Speaking of your weirdo character, you do find one thing that kind of, catches your eye. It looks like just a drop of blood on a string. And when you tip the string upside down, the drop of blood moves along it and back the other way.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. But it would catch your eye at least. There is also a very strange sort of like black needle, which allows you to draw a temporary tattoo on yourself, which lasts an hour.
All this for 1 gold.
Yeah. Well, three of
What
three
about
of them
the
gold pieces.
what about the next category up, James?
So 3 for 5 gold pieces. You will find lots of things that do very, very minor tricks. For example, there is a minor illusion, which is just a watchdog. It's not really a minor illusion. It's an illusory dog that walks in a circle around a piece of string. So you place it around something. There is a horn that if you blow it, you can detach the earpiece and put the earpiece somewhere else. The mouthpiece, if you will, and put it somewhere else. So you can blow it and it'll blare somewhere else. Yeah, it's just a sort of a distant alarm, I guess. There is an eye tube that it will stretch out to 20 feet, and you can hold it up and look through it and then bend it around corners. It's very thin and very small as well, so it could be useful for looking under doors, etc. There is a key. It says, will open any lock, maybe. So that's the tag on it.
Maybe.
So each one of these has a little piece of paper with something written on it. And this just says, will open any lock, maybe. There's a ball of returning. So with a command word, it will come back to you from wherever it is. But it will move there. It won't just ping back into your hand. It will genuinely come back from wherever you put it. I have no idea what you're going to do with that, but it's there. There's a ball of endless string. It doesn't matter how much string you pull out from it, it will stay.
Oh, I'm interested.
There is the world's tiniest hat, which doesn't do what you think it does. You can put this little hat on your finger, and an animated face will appear, and you can command it to show any emotion. I have no idea what use that is either. There's a pair of glasses that can make your eyes appear any color you like.
All fucking junk.
Yeah, there's a lot of random shit here.
Well, I guess I'll have to take a peek at the luxury basket then.
Yep. Every single thing in the luxury basket costs a cantrip. But they're all once per day.
Oh.
So it's just literally like any cantrip once per day.
I mean, that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
For 5 gold? What was it?
It's 3 for 10 gold. Any
Three
cantrip
for
once per
10,
day.
This one.
Oh, cool.
I don't think even the both of us can afford to pool all our money, but
There's
there
also,
like
of course,
an
an
inside
entire
or
store.
is
Yes, there's an entire store.
Yeah.
So when you go in, you see these ancient wooden shelves creaking throughout the store. And hold on, I have a little special noise for this store. So let's go and get that. So yeah, these sort of very old, dusty shelves are absolutely covered. It's not fantasy. It's here we go. And there's just stuff everywhere. Each item is individually tagged with a different price, and some of them have signs on them as to what they do, and some of them don't. And you will see some stuff seems to be moving on its own accord or flittering round. You will notice a key with a pair of wings fluttering around the store. There is an owl hanging upside down from the ceiling that appears to be made of stone, but hoots as soon as you come in the door. There is a cane that is walking itself from one side of the shop to the other. And there's a pair of boots that are running round and round in circles around a single basket. And while all of this madness and cacophony is going on, you look up and you see the merchant man. He is blue. He is completely bald, and he has bright silver eyes. He is of a Dalcan. And you can see he's not paying you any mind at all. He's blowing into a smoking pipe. Sort of until the embers go very hot. And then a tiny little fiery genie comes out of it and looks at him, and he starts to converse with it. And yes, but is the plus worth the minus? You believe so? Okay. Wonderful. You can't hear the genie, but he apparently can. This is interesting.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
And if enough water should fall? Yes, the rocks would rise, that is true. What's that you say? Customer in the door. I don't quite catch your meaning. No, I don't know any bugbears at all.
Uh-oh.
A bugbear in the store? Okay, sounds date. Oh! He sort of takes the pipe away and he looks over at you and... Good day, sir. I'm so sorry. I was distracted.
Good day. You the proprietor of the shop?
That I am. We've been running now for 1,780 years, 4 months, 16 days, 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 18 seconds.
Good for you.
Yes. It's my life's work, and more.
Is all you got for sale that junk outside?
No, everything in here is for sale. Is there something in particular you need?
As a matter of fact, and I will explain to him that I require protection from a scrying eye.
Oh, good God. Okay. The one item is going to be very difficult to find. I'll use this, you see, to locate every item in the store. I have this little divination amulet here, and I just think about the item I'm looking for, and then it tells me exactly where it is. Will you shut up, please? He says to the owl that is now... to a big wooden parrot that is squawking at the owl. This is an amulet of detection. The only thing it cannot find in this entire store is an amulet of proof against detection. Because it can't be found. It's a silver necklace, approximately, well, it's necklace sized. It has an eye on it. Not a real eye, it's made of silver as well. And there's a black stone at the very center of it that marks the pupil. If you find it, I'll give it to you half price.
Oh, wow. Look at that. It's giving you a
And he
little
starts
discount.
delving through the shelves looking for it. He has no idea where this item might be.
Is like into this shelf? Can I look around myself and see?
Oh yeah, he's literally saying if you can find it before he does, you can have it half price.
Well, I might have it for a 5-finger discount, so
If you
give
find
me
it
a
first and slip it in
perception
your
check, not to look
pocket,
for it.
then
But
it's
just a straight
100%
perception
off.
check.
To look at the security system.
yeah, true.
And you specifically can't find that item.
Your
Nat
perception
20.
check. Oh,
Wow,
yes.
wow,
Wherever you go, that stone owl is watching you. You'll note like its head turns 360 degrees. And it seems to be paying...
Me specifically, or
yes,
Cornelius,
you
or-
specifically at the moment.
Oh,
Although Cornelius, when you look at it, it will look like you're being stared at by it at all times. You will also notice that there is a small little like statuette of a tiger that's been following you around the entire store. As a pair, sort of going to one of you and the other. Sorry?
a full-size tiger?
No, it's a little tiny figurine. It's about 3 inches off the ground. You will notice that the door has about 55 different random gems and stuff all around it. There's this big sort of
I get it.
silver dragon on there, which has a beautiful bright ruby eye. And you believe that it might breathe on people as they were leaving if it was set to do so, with a dragon's breath. Regardless, you're looking at an amulet of proof against detection. He will tell you that it is 15 gold pieces, or 7 if you are looking for it half price. If you find it and it's half price.
I suppose I'll have a look.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I feel like as a group we wouldn't want your wizard pal
Yeah.
like hunting us down, so I think you could take some of them.
Yeah.
Do bear in mind that you are very, very poor right now. Like, you haven't done anything.
We are.
You know, just a simple, like, if you do a very simple job for a very simple person, you may find yourself in possession of 100 or more gold, right? It's not, you're just in a very poor sitch. What was your
I'm
investigation
going to lay down a card.
Oh, know thyself, know thy enemy, 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories, and an amulet proof against detection. The DC was 12.
Good.
So excellent work. Yeah, you literally find it hanging off of a hook with 20 other necklaces on a board full of necklaces.
I'll grab it. I'll look at all of the security in the store. Sort of roll my eyes and... It's right here.
Great, you found it. Wonderful. I'll give it you 7 gold.
So honest.
Can you do 6?
I mean, I suppose practically I could, but it's 7 gold, unfortunately.
I thought Gnob doesn't negotiate. What happened?
Are you finding yourself a little hard for coin?
I'll look over at Corny and back at the Videlican. Suppose you could say that.
If you're willing to do a little work, I've got a couple of hours of work. I could give you 5 gold for it.
Wow.
Each.
Wow.
Working for a wizard once again.
What kind of work?
Oh, well, just, I've got all these tags ready for these items. They just need fastening. So you'll see he has this one table at the back with like hundreds of items, and next to them are little tags of paper, but they need like a little piece of string to tie them. Like you need to tie them to the item. It couldn't be more demeaning or menial if it tried. It doesn't even show off your muscles.
This is busy work.
Give me a moment.
You have all the moments in the world.
I'll lean in close to Cornelius.
Hmm.
Have you got gold to spare?
By technicality, I do.
That's
Cornelius will say, what is this for?
Exactly what I said it was for.
I take my coin pouch and I open it and I look for a moment. And I reach in and I pull out a single gold piece.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
You're bonding.
And I turn to you to look at you face to face. With this gold coin, you can get the item that will protect you from this wizard.
Protect us from this wizard.
The wizard is after you.
Possibly you by association, friend.
If we come face to face with this wizard, I want first choice on all that he owns.
Wow. Cornelius making deals for 1 single gold.
One piece. First dibs, so to speak.
I have your word.
Gnob will try to think of all of the powerful artifacts that Othric potentially possess.
Is it worth 1 gold?
Yeah. Cornelius, like he's willing to it just be 1 pig, and then we can all like fight amongst ourselves.
Well,
for
DB
what
never
else we
agreed. DB never agreed to this deal, so.
want. Well,
good
yeah,
luck.
well, the deal's
Well,
gonna
this is
get-
between A
I
and B.
also never agreed to
exactly,
this.
exactly.
I'll look back over at the tags that need tie-in. And back at Cornelius. Snatch that gold coin right out of his hand.
In debt to a wizard either way.
Deal.
Dang,
Okay.
knock.
And he will say to you, with every purchase at odds to magical ends, you get a little keepsake. In all honesty, they're kind of failed experiments, but there's something to remember the shop by. Here, take this. Roll me a D100.
Sure.
Door prize. Let's go.
There's only one number here that you
Yeah.
can't have.
Door crasher. Oh. Is it
Wow.
50?
Middle of the road. Perfectly.
So ironic. Pat asked about this earlier. These are the boots of walking backwards. The wearer of these boots appears to be walking backwards when they move forwards. They're little tiny shoes, but they will expand to any person's size feet. And he looks over at you. Can I interest you in anything? You look like a wizard, an aspiring wizard, a successful wizard, perhaps.
I'll walk over. Yes, if you don't mind. I'm actually looking for if you have perhaps any magical staves.
Oh, I do. I have a few. For the most part, we stick to smaller knickknacks and so on and so forth. But we have a couple of bits. Let me just have a little look for you at our stock.
Thank you.
And you'll have to bear with me a second because I have to open a different sheet.
When are we going to find out why Cornelius is so nice to like workers and just a dickhead to everybody else?
Ambrosia doesn't question this at all because
Makes sense.
you just gotta have your customer service personality.
He's looking for a deal. Yeah, sure. Well, usually it's the other way around. Usually the workers are putting the face on, not the buyer.
So I have for you. Oh no, that's not right.
Staff of Power for 2 gold.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yeah, why not?
Oh no, I put it in the bargain bin by accident.
Yeah, and he doesn't know what it is.
Some bugbear put the wrong tag on this item and
So I have a Staff of Defense. Which
I have to look up what all of these
no, I'm just going to tell you. Just gives you a +1 to armor class. While wielding it. It is an attunement item though. There is a quarterstaff of spellcasting, which gives you +1 to melee attacks and damage rolls. We use a weapon, can be used as a spellcasting focus, and you do not have disadvantage on ranged spell attacks while somebody is engaged with you in melee range. Which could be quite useful. I've got the thwack staff, which is this is a long stick decorated with all sorts of ribbons and glittering elements. It seems perfectly balanced and may be performed with. Has the finesse property and gives you +1 to performance checks made to put an entertaining performance using this this quarterstaff. Probably very suited to you, I think. There is also the didgeridonk, which can be played as an instrument, or it can be used as a quarterstaff, dealing regular bludgeoning damage. And everything else is only useful if you're a bard, so that's not helpful to in the slightest. There is.
They got anything for me?
Yeah, I mean, right there, it's a didgeridonk. So as a bonus action, you can cause the music to be. I'm just gonna ping this to you because it's a fucking like it's
not really a musician.
The longest sentence in the world. There you go. It does all those things. I've got a flame breather staff. When you hit with attack using this magical weapon, it takes a 1d4 fire damage. You can also duplicate the effects of the burning hands spell once per day. There's a hedge witch's gardening cane, which blooms flowers on the bottom, and you can transform it into a broom, a hoe, a rake, a shovel, or back into a normal cane. I've got staffs of bird calls and flowers. I've got the stalwart staff, which gives you advantage on the first save you make to endure a forced march. There's a lot of things that aren't very helpful for you. This is probably the most interesting of all of the things he's got. I've got a cubic cultivation staff and a staff of the dream shepherd. Josh, you can read those because they're very long descriptions if you wish. But basically...
before I read anything, how much are they?
Yeah, is any of this in our price range? Should we even be?
The cubic cultivation is 5 gold pieces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can't afford that.
And the dream shepherd is 15.
Okay, and the staff of defense?
Let me have a look. Sheet. Where's my sheet?
I suppose it's 2 gold, 22 silver, and 7 copper.
We have 12 gold in the group fund. So
oh no, nowhere near. No, way more than that. Probably in the 150 mark.
Shoddy stuff at that.
Oh no, it's not that expensive. It's 8.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not taking people's gold for a shoddy staff.
Oh, it's because it's attunement. It's 8 gold pieces. Yeah, you're right.
Mm.
Yeah, honestly, guys, shopping is usually done after you've got money,
Yeah, that's true.
not when you've just broken out of prison.
Yeah, but you spend money to get money.
Yeah, you got to spend money to make money.
Okay, spend a few coppers bribing some peasants.
We're investing in ourselves.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
oh yeah.
We're buying costumes. We're buying costumes for.
He will look at you
scams
and-
they're about to pull.
I'm more than happy to give you a knick-knack, though. Josh, roll me a D100.
32.
This is a mantle of ore. On entering a room wearing this mantle, a flock of doves fly through the doorway from behind you. A fanfare plays, an angelic chorus can be heard singing a verse. The larger the room, the more impressive the effect. More doves, longer angelic chorus.
Oh my god.
This happens when you activates every time you enter any room. Every room. Every time. No matter what.
It's a good one
How
to have in
much
the
is
back
it?
pocket. It's free.
It is free.
Oh, it's
Give
free.
it to you
Oh,
as a
I'm
knick-knack.
but-
taking that.
Okay, but I do want to make it very clear, this is not when wearing it. It is when it's in your possession.
Oh, then no. That's
Like, he's already given it to you. So what you do with it is up to you. If you want to discard it or give it to Ambrosia or have Gnob use it, that's fine. But it is in your possession right now. So you will have to decide what you do with it next. These are giveaways. He doesn't take backs. No takesy backsies.
What about a trade?
Okay, I'll give you one reroll if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, can I reroll and then choose which one of the two?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, great. It's all about haggling, boys.
I like the way you think one of these is going to be useful.
The
72.
art of the deal.
Okay. This is a teapot of tea time. Every day at 4 o'clock, it whistles loudly and makes piping hot tea, regardless of where it is. Even if it's in your backpack or, wherever it might be, there is no way to prevent it. It's
He
good
goes
tea,
to
though.
breakfast.
Mm-hmm. One to
Goes
breakfast.
with the breakfast.
I guess except it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
True. We could have breakfast for dinner.
And the tea just is self-contained in the pot. It doesn't leak out or anything.
I mean, if it's in any way tilted in your backpack, it will pour out, yes. But if it was dead straight... Well, you shut up! Shouts at the bird again.
The mantle's so cool, and very on point for me. But I just
You can just leave it somewhere if you're not going to use it.
Room.
Oh, you know what you could do? You could give it to an undead summons if you don't want it to make noise when you're using it. They don't walk into rooms all the time. You could put it in your horse's. You can put it in your horse's pack. Put it in your horse's saddlebag. Then it's only when your horse enters a room.
Yeah, but if I want it to go off in a specific room, I have to walk through all the other rooms to get there. And is it the same doves that are just following?
You are overthinking this.
appear?
Yeah, you are
Yeah.
overthinking this. Just take it. Just take it. It's a laugh.
Fine.
Take
Right.
it in. Take it in.
It's just not on D&D Beyond. We're ridiculous. I didn't spend my life making items that don't do anything. There's no charges. Just write down stupid mantle. You can even paste the text into the description. Where are we at in terms of session time? We an hour deep?
2 hours.
2 hours deep. All right, we'll be right back. Hello. Welcome back to the second half of Criminal Intent. Ambrosia and DB. You need to pay.
Oh.
Do we? All right, we paid Dylan.
So you take your items upstairs. He sort of looks over at you. Dylan looks over here. Oh, you bought things.
Yeah, Harriet was very helpful.
She always
Is
is.
that the hat?
No. On the desk. That's candle out. Alright, you've got these hideous masks. 3 silver pieces each. It's fascinator. It's flowers. Gold piece. Top hat of tricks. 5 gold pieces.
All right.
Okay.
Yellow silk
you're
desert robes.
You're all over the place. These are
These-
completely different prices than what Harriet gave us.
Harriet gave you prices? It's not a job. And then these, I don't know, we'll do them 4 silver each, I guess. So, it's... What is it? 3 gold. 8 gold.
You're so
8
far
gold,
off.
8 gold, 6 silver, 4 copper.
No. You're absolutely off, Dylan.
That's
None of that is
all
none of that is
wrong.
correct.
And
Name's
it won't
Dylan.
stand. It won't stand.
No, it is 14 silver pieces and 12 copper pieces is what we were.
Thank you.
Sorry, did you work here? I must have missed it.
Well, that is what we are paying because that is what we quoted.
Are you hiring?
I'm already wearing the hat.
Harriet! Harriet! Harriet!
Is she responding?
She comes running up the stairs. Yeah? These people seem to think they only need to pay 12 silvers or something. Why? Oh, I said you give them a discount because, you know, they're great customers and this Ambrosia here, this is Ambrosia. She's an aspiring actor. She's going to be famous, you know, and we've got a facility. Wow. But the prices are on the items. Like, it's not Harriet's wardrobe of wonder. It's
not
Veralia's.
Dylan's either.
No, but who the fuck is Dylan? Look,
that's your name, right?
Dylan, Dinan. It's not how.
That's what we're saying.
No, it's not.
That
Look, Veralia puts the prices on, and then we give the prices. It's not hard, Harriet. It's like literally written right here, and he'll show you like the price tags on each item. Like every price he said was completely correct, and he just looks at you. Oh, fuck it, I don't give a shit. All right, 3 silver pieces. For a lot.
Oh wow!
Great, it's a deal.
Thanks,
you know what?
bye.
Here's 4.
He tossed a silver piece to Harriet, and he was like, "Why should I care if I get fired? I hate this job anyway." Go on.
Thank you.
All right, good looking out, Dylan. I walk out the door.
Please leave.
Let's leave.
Yeah, and as you guys head out, coming over from Arcanum, we will see the fabulous Cornelius and Gnob. 4 of you sort of grouped together at the end of Taylor Street.
You see DB wearing a giant top hat and Ambrosia wearing. I assume you're wearing a giant fascinator right now.
Big flower head.
And all 11 feather boas.
And I have a giant bag full of trash bag full of silk.
They're in my bag.
Okay.
They're so
We look pretty much the same, except I have a new necklace.
Oh, Gnob, I love the jewelry.
Yeah, that looks great, man.
Fetching.
No, good.
Well, you're also holding a hell of a lot less axes.
Yeah, everything going.
Spears or whatever they were.
Much less of weaponry, spears and stuff.
Listen, we need to go.
This jewelry serves purpose, right?
So does this hat.
Yeah, I'll say making you look outstanding.
Yeah,
That hat's not going to help you get saved from being blown up by a wizard. And I don't mean him.
he wouldn't blow me up. He would take
Cornelius
my blood.
would never do that. Isn't
Be
that
more
right?
of an implosion, if anything. Well, I'm glad you got your fancy new necklace. Looks great. But we got a job to do. Maybe. Let's go check out for Suchi's. We got some costumes, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
For infiltrating. I definitely know how to put them together.
Perfect.
Infiltrating what? A circus?
No, dear.
You're wearing a red leather outfit right now. You should be throwing stones, okay?
Right then.
To the restaurant.
Let's do it.
I
Okay.
just
You head
spin
over
on
to
my
a
heel.
beautiful sort of circular courtyard. There is a single tree at the center of the courtyard. A very tall tree with sort of overarching branches, and within the branches are loads and loads of lights, coloured lights that have all been lit. You'll see just over to the left, let me just get up the names of these places, is Malak's Winery, a very fine looking sort of wine bar, if you will. Just over to the right is Carlos's Cafe, which sort of does like it's attached to a bakery, which is called Baked for Life, I think. Off the top of my head, yeah, it is. And then sort of those are the either side of the courtyard. You've got the promenade leading up to the courtyard, and then at the back of the courtyard, you've got this fabulous looking 3-story building. It's sort of an old red brick. It has a large sort of wooden sign outside. It's got little round tables in sort of pastel pink, with sort of nice little elegant gardeny chairs outside. There's a couple of flowers that have been sort of plaited together in a pot on each table. And already, even though it's only sort of 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you will see there's some couples just sat outside drinking wine. You'll hear a little sort of tinkle of what sounds like a viola or a violin being played from inside. You'll see that there are glass windows on every single window of the entire building.
Wow.
You can see just about like the candlelit interior going on. Everything about this speaks of old money, elegance, grandeur. Even for a town of this size, like it's
Luxury.
it's luxurious, but it's you know, you do get the impression that it's not that expensive, because in a town like this, if it was that expensive, it wouldn't fly.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a standalone building, or is it?
It is.
like,
It is a
connected to
standalone
the other
building. It's
buildings?
connected to
Standalone.
nothing.
And it's a single story, double.
Three
stories?
story.
3 stories.
Oh
okay.
wow. Okay.
It almost looks like a sort of estate house or manor house. It's big.
If we walk around to the back, do we see like the kitchen entrance, like service entrance? People bringing
So
food?
at the back, you've got a little yard area, and in that yard area, you will see 2 cows, a donkey,
Aw.
what looks to be a long hutch with, if you sort of peek in, you'll see there's 12 chickens in there. There's a small, pond in which you can see a few ducks swimming. And then a little over to the side, you'll see like a service entrance, which is a sort of big double doors, and they're just bolted and closed. You don't see anything more than that. And next to that is a little tiny, it's like sort of only 5 foot tall, single metal door, which looks like the sort of the people entrance for the service team. Again, it's shut and locked up. There's no windows at the back.
So locked service doors at the back.
Yeah.
Are there windows on the upper levels, like the second and third floor?
So on the second floor of this side, there is no windows at all, and on the third floor, there you see 2 sets of windows. But a little way to the side, you will see like an outhouse building that seems to be attached to the kitchen. You would know this to be the cold pantry. We don't have fridges back in the day, so instead you've got this sort of stone shed which would keep things cool. And that has a sort of slanted roof on it, with what looks to be a sort of open hatch on the roof for letting sunlight and potentially even air in. You would know this to be the hatch that was spoken about by Rich.
Mhm.
Yeah, we don't see any swans anywhere. with the
No
flight.
swans at all. Absolutely no swans.
That's interesting.
The hatch
It'll
is
do
on
it
that
fresh.
pantry building?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was his suggested point of entry.
What do you think, gentlemen? Should we go?
I remind you, also saw
there?
the front door, and you would know that in this day and age, windows don't open. Okay, so there are glass. It's like if it's got glass, it's just a panel of glass with like wood bits in between. There is no opening or closing that sort of window. There are shuttered windows on the second and third floor, and on the ground floor, every 3 or 4 along, there is a set of shuttered windows that would actually open out should they need. Should that be the case. However, you are in October, November time, I think. Is that right? You and Even Star, I think you guys are. Let me have a little look. You are. So, it's nearing winter. So, although there are some people sat outside right now, because it does get a little bit warm, you wouldn't see the windows open in the building ever. So,
And we
yeah.
know this recipe event or whatever is happening tomorrow night, right? You said 2 days?
Yeah. Well, no, 2 days. Night. You haven't had a
2
rest since
days
then.
from today.
The day after tomorrow.
Okay, so we have some time to
Yeah.
to sort this.
Are you
Yeah,
still
no,
standing
they-
out the back?
Well, I think we're just kind of strolling the street, right? We're kind
Okay,
of doing
yeah.
Casing the
Casual
place. Casing.
about it.
You will notice when you're out the back, you feel a little out of place, and you will notice a little orchard, just a way back from here, where there is a man. You think he's a Hadozi? Who seems to be dealing with the orchard, whether he's a slave there or what he is. You're not sure.
Is he paying any mind to us?
No. He's up a tree.
Oh,
I think we at least need to get a vibe on. At least need to get an eye on the wait staff to see what they're dressed like, because I think some of us can disguise ourselves if we have to. So getting an eye on them if we want to go undercover,
yeah.
may be a good idea. We do have 2 outfits of 2 noble costumes potentially that could. Like, how are the people dressed that are out here eating right now?
Fancy,
high-end?
very fancy, very fancy. You see, like it's a bit weird because people are wearing summer dresses in the winter, but they're outside in their summer dresses, and they're sort of high lace necks and double sleeved doublets, high riding boots, hose, sort of long courtiers coats. Many of them have tails that they've taken off and placed on their side. The top hat would fit in very well here. You look for the wait staff. Give me an insight check. Yeah, DB or Ambrosia or both. It doesn't really matter. Anyone who's proficient, basically.
Nat 20.
Cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, you will immediately notice that you do spot the wait staff, but at first it was difficult to find them. They're not wearing uniforms.
It's too casual.
No. You'll see a man in tails who seems to be the sort of maitre d', greeting people, welcoming them in. You're not 100%, but you think he's a Kalishtar from this distance. And then as you look over to the actual waitstaff, you will see a pair of 3 Kreen. Each of them is wearing just a very simple sort of like a bow tie, a fairly casual shirt. They could easily be diners there. You only realize they're waiters because you see one carrying literally 4 trays of drinks. That's why we use 3 Kreen. You'll also see one halfling girl who's going over to tables and speaking to them. She looks like she's some kind of waitstaff. But with your insight, you will notice very quickly that these waitresses and waiters are very, very familiar with their customers. Because of the size of the town and the popularity of Asuchi's, they will see the same patrons on a regular basis. So everybody recognizes the waitstaff. It would be impossible to be a member of the waitstaff. You'd have to be a specific member of the waitstaff. You'd have to impersonate somebody accurately.
Okay.
As you guys are nosing about, the 2 double doors open. And a cart sort of rolls out. You'll see it's being driven by a very, very well-dressed half-orc with a sort of fabulous suit. And standing sort of looking over things is a rather portly Aasimar. Just nosing about and seeing what's what. You do see a couple of very plainly dressed serving girls who appear to be sort of kitchen staff. And you see one man who is on his hands and knees cleaning the floor. And you will notice he has a tattoo on his face.
A
reminder that all slaves are tattooed.
So what just
Is
happened?
he the only one with the tattoo?
That you've seen.
So what just happened? You just described like 8 different people. So
Right.
there's an orc.
So an orc in a suit drives a wagon out from the double doors.
A wagon?
Yeah, a little wagon out.
Out of the kitchen?
No, it looks like that double doors is like a storehouse. The kitchen might be to the side where the pantry is. It's like a storehouse of sorts. It looks like he's going out to collect something, maybe fresh vegetables for the evening, something like that. Overviewing everything is an Aasimar. A little portly. He's got his hair sort of pulled back tightly. He looks like he's in charge. He's got quite a hawk-nosed, sharp face.
He's like a chef. Is he like the kitchen boss? Is he back of house?
Ooh,
It's hard to tell. Like,
yeah, he's
warehouse
definitely not a
manager,
chef.
like-
He's definitely not a chef.
he's not wearing a fancy suit like the orc is.
No. He's wearing quite a plain outfit, but he looks like he's in charge of in some capacity.
All right.
Weird.
And 2 girls cleaning the floor.
No, 2 basic kitchen girls who look like they're just standing around. You're not really sure what their purpose is right now.
And then a slave.
But it's very clear the girls work there. The slave is a slave, and he's cleaning the floor.
Okay.
And it's like a polished stone floor that you would put barrels on, or there's you look in and you see wheat and grain and vegetables and stuff in here and space to a wagon.
And none of these guys are Vasucci because we know
No.
we know what he
Absolutely not. Vasucci is an Aasimar, I believe, but this is not him. You would know if you saw him. He's a high elf, Vasucci.
Okay.
But he's you probably did see him from the front, actually. Very well to do. He'd be wearing a sort of long white tails. He always wears white. And he has a chef's apron. And sort of blonde, fancy hair and a little ponytail.
So all we need to do is just overhear the recipe. Right? That was what we were tasked with, is stealing the recipe.
Yeah, but they told you
Well,
it was so complicated you would need a written copy.
Yeah.
Need a written copy.
Oh, a written
I just
copy.
want to make sure what we're actually
Could
trying
we
to.
watch it
thieve
being
here.
made and copy down the steps, or is that not?
You'd need a written copy. You wouldn't be able to
Okay.
make one.
And
You'd
So
need
we
get-
have to-
you'd
one of
steal
them belongs with the sun. Right? Was that not?
You know there are two copies. One is kept somewhere, you don't know where, and the other
Okay.
one he will be using to teach his two sons.
Okay, so that's why this night is important, because we know one will be in the
Mhm.
kitchen. One
Exactly
recipe will
that,
be-
yes. Whereas normally you would assume Vasucci can cook it off the top of his head, but he needs the actual recipe to teach them. They need to be able to read it and look at it and,
Mhm.
really learn from it.
Okay.
There are rumors he has a second one in a vault, but
Ooh.
no one knows where this vault might be.
The restaurant's gonna be closed when he's teaching them, right? Or will it?
You were told in the evening, so you'd assume it's during service.
Okay.
I'll give you guys a little bit more information because I think you would be able to work this out. Basically, they've probably been told what's in the recipe. They may even have studied the recipe. This will be the first time they are making it for customers under his watchful eye, which is why they need the piece of paper. Because he can't just say, this is what we're doing, and he shows them. This is their chance to read the recipe and make it and do their best to take on their farm.
I was just trying to work out, like, can we just hide in a crate? Like, can we hide in a crate and just open it, and then, you know what I mean? As opposed
Yeah,
to,
you
like,
can't
having
go over
to
here. You're going to need to steal the
physically-
paper copy. Exactly.
And get get
Um,
delivered inside somewhere.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
that might be a way in, but it won't give you the ability to get the recipe. You'll need to take that.
So
by
I
paper.
think maybe we have to come back when the restaurant's closed and try to do some night here.
Reconnaissance?
Yes, I think that's the play right now,
Mhm.
because like we've seen the place. Unless we want to go in and dine, we can do that tomorrow night potentially. But I think tonight we wait till it's dark, we come back, we go in through the hatch and like snoop around. Maybe look at the recipe book, get a handwriting sample of his. We can like do a swap of the recipe later, right? Like so he doesn't know it's stolen. Make up a fake swan recipe. I don't know. Like it could be fun. But
As
what do you
we're
think?
on the streets, could I try and see if there's any like mice or rats?
So just before I do that, just a quick heads up. There is a board with their opening times on it,
Yeah, let's see the
Um,
hours.
which will tell you that it opens at 8 a.m. Every day except I can't remember what we call it. My brain's gone blank. There's a fucking name for it. Not just
Wednesday, James. It's
No.
Wednesday.
We don't have.
2 weeks.
I'm
here
not
have
that
7 days
simple.
or-
Star
or
Song.
10 days.
It's 10 days, but you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Star Song. So on Star Song they don't open till 6 p.m.
Interesting.
Yeah, and just to give you a heads up, it is the
And what time do they
16th,
close?
which would be a 6th day.
So
obviously.
day 8 is when
8 day 8.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, 8th day evening would be the time. And they close at 11 p.m. Except for on the 9th day when they close at 2:30 in the morning.
too late for that.
All right. So those special times don't, I think,
Affect you at all,
Be
no.
relevant to us.
Not right. Well, not if you're going to go for it on that evening that you've been told about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Evening service starts at 6 p.m. So they will be taught it between 6 p.m. and 11.
You said you have the menus out front. Do they have like a Like, what's the price? What's the cheapest?
So there is
buy?
all it will tell you is that it is. Just find it.
Oh, it's market price. It's going to be way too expensive.
Fair
I
prices
want some
for
roast
fair.
swan. Sounds delicious.
Great fair
That's
for fair prices.
Yeah, does it say great fare for fair prices?
It is 2 gold pieces for 1 course, 3 gold pieces for 2 courses, 4 gold pieces for 3 courses, and 10 gold pieces if you are having the swan.
Okay, so we could potentially like one of us could go in and eat 1 course to get reconnaissance from inside the front of house.
You can also do something else in the meantime to pick up a bit of cash if you need, right? There is really, even if you want to string price tags to 2 items, there's plenty of quick work you can get done for a little bit more cash, a bit more working cash.
I mean, what do you guys feel? What are you guys thinking? What do you think is the play here? Because I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking.
Well, I think that.
Sorry,
Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead, Josh.
Are there any?
Sorry, yes, I've got to answer that question. Yes. So you did spot a rat very briefly, a little close to the warehouse, and the slave who was cleaning the ground came out with a rolling pin and tried to bat it away and scare it off.
Poor thing.
You can give me a survival check, please. An 8. With an 8, you'd know that finding mice in like cobblestone streets is going to be quite difficult. You might be able to find one when you're inside, but you certainly can't see any outside. You do, however, look up into the tree, the big tree, and you can see a pair of squirrels and a few very small birds.
Aww.
I don't know if that helps.
Okay. That does help. It
Cool.
doesn't help perfectly, but it helps. I'd like to attack one of the birds.
Cornelius!
Are
you kidding?
I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. What are you using?
I'll go with Bone Skewer.
Okay, cool.
Ranged
So just, a bone just... and the bird just plummets. Hits the cobblestone.
Wonderful.
Nobody saw what killed it. They just saw the bird just drop.
Yeah, bad omen. Birds dropping from the sky.
Are you getting a little snack for Queenie? That's so sweet.
For who?
Queenie, the
My
snake.
Oh, the snake. No. I go over to the.
I like the way that if you had have said it was a monkey, he might have said yes.
We are feeding birds to a horse. I will go over and scoop up the bird.
Mhm.
As I like in one hand, and then as I walk over to everyone else, I kind of gesture with my other hand as this red magic pours into the bird and reanimates it. As I cast Diabolicism. And then I will is it obeys all your commands. It doesn't say verbal or not. Do you want to rule it as verbal, James?
Yeah,
Or
of course.
mental? Yeah. Okay, then verbal. I'll just whisper to it and I'll fly up on my shoulder. And I'll say to everyone, we may need to cause a distraction inside. Bird is not as good as a rat, but it could do.
I mean, is that gonna last for 2 days? Is it gonna rot? I don't know how that kind of magic.
I
works.
can
That's a fair
reanimate
question.
it at will. It lasts
Oh, really?
for 24 hours if we want to get into technicalities.
We could always find another bird as well.
Good looking out. Okay, bird,
I love
undead
this.
bird in the restaurant probably would cause a commotion with these folks. They don't look, they look pretty classy.
Let's
But
cause a
how are we
commotion.
getting in there? Because we need to get our hands on a copy of this recipe. I mean, that waitstaff. It seems like everybody knows them.
Everyone
we
knows
really
each
have to-
other.
Yeah.
Maybe we could impersonate someone specific.
Well, one of you is gonna have to impersonate someone.
Just a lot of pressure. Of course, I'm ready to take on the role, but what are the rest of you going to do?
Can I hold you guys there? As you sort of talk about the plan, can I assume that you would return to a place you're going to take lodging?
Yeah, we're not staring at the restaurant wall.
No.
Yeah.
And at some point during the
We've got
night,
the plans
you'll go
across
back
the
and do a bit
street.
of reconnaissance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
let's
after
recon
it's
at
closed,
night.
after 11.
Fantastic. Okay. Are we staying at the Hungry Halfling?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
great
are-
fan.
Oh, you got
already
rooms
paid
already,
for
didn't you?
them.
Yes, fantastic.
Yeah, we get it.
So, as you head back to the Hungry Halfling, you'll be able to get yourself an evening meal at sort of 6 o'clock in the evening. They are offering 2 different meals this evening. There's chicken wings and mash, or there's also a vegetarian option. So there's chicken wings and mash. There is lamb shank with creamed potato. And then the final option is a 6 vegetable stew.
The lamb, please.
I think after watching Cornelius murder that poor bird, I think I'm getting the soup.
A soup?
Gonna have
What's wrong,
You
DB?
said there was a
What's your
vegetarian
appetite?
Oh, 6 vegetable stew. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Stew and soup, very different in my head. They might be similar over there. Rico?
Thick
I love the
soup,
lamb.
thick soup.
Lamb, yeah. And Josh?
Was it the lamb or the stew? Was
The lamb, chicken wings and mash, or the stew?
Oh yeah, chicken wings.
Yeah, fantastic. Love that.
You make the bird watch. You make the
Uh,
bird watch.
Hold on.
They're really good. You got sort of...
The bird is watching.
Yeah, they're barbecued chicken wings with a sort of blue cheese dip. Real tasty and lovely creamy mash. You guys can take a rest, take your evening, and we are going to end because these guys can then do a little bit of planning outside session and can be provided with some tools and utilities and a purpose, like a map,
Ooh.
Oh.
which will come in
Does our
time.
swan? How long does our swan meal last? Is it over if we go to bed?
Yeah, it lasts your next long rest. So you're not going to bed yet. You're not going to use the long rest because you're going to go out in the middle of the night to...
Oh,
Hold on,
true. In
let's-
case I get in a fight there.
Yes. But we'll come to the timeless edition of MVPs. I'll start. I've just got 2 really, really simple ones. I really like the idea of one quick thing. Well, 2 quick things. First of all, I forgot XP, and secondly, Josh, you definitely walked into that to that inn, didn't you? As you enter, doves fly by, an angelic chorus.
No. I would have made a point to go drop that off of the horse.
Would you remember the first time it happened?
I just
Yes.
I just saw my queued song list, and I had to just do that really quickly.
That's
I
awesome.
I got that after Laura got that item from those items that knickknacks that are given away used to be items that stream could give, like viewers could give to players. So they give them an item and they get a random D100 of random user shit. The second thing I didn't do is give you an experience. So it's very minor. But you got 15 experience for something I can't tell you. Because it's part of a bit, but you don't know that it was relevant at the time.
For finding about the gambling ring? Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's a 15 XP for something. You also got 10 XP for meeting Harriet, the costume maker.
Oh, I'm gonna encourage her career. You think
Yeah.
I've forgotten about her?
She is connected in ways you can't imagine. No, she's not really. She's a relevant character. So, yep. 10 XP for that. And there was something else. You were present for to see inside the workman's quarters of Vasuchi's. So that's an extra 20 XP. So I think that's like 45 or something.
Yep.
45.
Cool. Okay,
45.
fantastic. So my 2 little MVPs, I really like the fact that our Tabaxi wanted to go to a barber's. I'm assuming that did happen.
Oh yeah. What's
Yeah,
Because
if you
we
let it
totally
happen,
forgot to
it happened.
mention
I
it.
figured
Yeah.
It was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't
Michael the Harangon would have charged you 2 copper pieces for a good do.
I'm very
yeah.
fluffy now.
You can have a little buzz cut, or you can have it like blow dried out, or however you want.
You got it.
Yeah. He also performs surgeries, so if you ever lose an arm or need an item extracted from you, that's his secondary job. So yeah, I just love the idea of a Tabaxi going to a barber's. It's like taking your cat to your hairdresser. So that gave me a good chuckle. And my second one is just how ridiculous you guys are going to look in all those costumes that DB and Ambrosia bought, especially the 2 mirrored masks.
I don't know what we're going to do with those, but I can't.
I
Me
think they're
neither,
cool.
but I'm sure it'll be great. Yeah, come to MVPs. We'll start with Josh.
I really like just the imagery of like us pairing off and then coming back together, and me and Gnob haven't changed at all. And then here comes DB and Ambrosia with all this box of shit that is like could be useful, could not be useful. And I'm just like, what the fuck happened here?
Yeah.
It's just very funny.
There was a sale.
Pat.
I like that Mikayla just rolled me when I was like telling about the fire that destroyed all your costumes before.
Yeah, love that
story.
I was
Yeah.
hoping she would feel sorry for us and give us a discount.
She did.
Yeah.
It turned out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Team successful.
By the way, Dinan's discount is if you annoy him enough, he'll sell it to you for 3 silvers, and that was anything you bought in that store. If you could have bought the whole store out, and he would have just turned around and gone, you know what, fuck it, 3 silver. You had to say, you had to press him 5 separate times. You did. You counted you got to 7 pretty quickly. Yeah. So that was that.
Liked bothering.
Rico, your MVP.
I just love the stark contrast between like sending the 2 extroverts out to like have a grand old time at the clothing store, and then Corny and Gnob just basically silently walking alongside each other.
It was awesome.
It was a beautifully conversational moment where Cornelius said, where Josh said, or Cornelius said, yeah, there are some sounds I like.
No,
That was it. That was just it. There was nothing more. Like Rico knew where I was going. Gnob refused to take the bait. Yes, Mikayla.
I enjoyed Cornelius leaving that incense for the blacksmith because it was so strange and like the blacksmith just had no idea what to think, and I also don't know what to think. I don't know what you're trying to achieve, but I loved it. just to endear yourself to him, maybe.
Well, in that case, I'll pick up one more MVP, which I left off in case anybody else wanted it. But my top MVP was the clothes explosion. That DB caused, stealing some expensive nobleman underwear in the middle of Taylor Street. Yeah, that's what a drama you lot are going to be. Yeah, that's it. We're going to end. If you guys would like to say goodbye,
Goodbye.
we shall see you soon.